Welcome to the final of the Dennis Broad Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Saunders and David Redden with you. First ball of the innings. And Waratah have won the toss and batted. And they're none for one after one ball with a leg bye, I suspect. Oh, it's a no ball as well, was it? Just waiting for the umpire. I thought he signalled a no ball. Just waiting to see if there's a lock and load signal given here. Yes, there is. So it's a no ball and leg bye at the first ball of the innings and a free hit to come. The field can change because it's a new batsman on strike. Just having a few issues with the video here at the moment. Dan Saunders and David Redden here with you at Waratah. The final of the Dennis Broad Cup. It's Wallsend and Waratah. Waratah have won the toss on a batting. They're none for one after the first ball, which was a no ball. So it's a free hit. Josh Brackenbury on strike. Slower ball bouncer that he pulls to the square leg fence and gets a single. Well executed there.
No one went up getting footage because the scorecard started. It's favourite Brackenbury again.
Thank you. Faber back on strike. Who's the bowler, please? Okay, thank you. Oh, it's Josh Pettigrew. Now, I can tell the action. I should have picked that up straight away. It's Josh Pettigrew with the ball.
Bowler's not showing.
Yeah, it is. I just know.
No, but I mean, that might be all not getting 50.
Yes, he has always had a very nice action. When he gets it right, when he gets it right, he's got a very nice action when he gets everything together. Faber down to mid on, no run. Again, apologies for the lack of video at the moment. Quick turnarounds caught us, unfortunately. You have to put up with me for a minute. Dan's getting some technical things sorted out for you at the moment. Short, very short. Gracious me, he's lucky to get away with that. I thought that was well over the shoulder. Well, even. But anyway. So we'll work on the video. We'll keep you going with audio. You can listen to the dulcet tones of Dan Saunders and the other bloke who's a gibberer. Oh, that's out. And they strike early. Faber, who was superb in the last game. Pettigrew gets him caught at point. We're going for a square drive, and Josh Pettigrew strikes very early. Faber gone, and that's a massive wicket. With the video just coming on screen now. You can see the sides there. That's a big wicket early on. Opening partnership did a phenomenal job in the last game. It's 1 for 3 early doors for Waratah. Radhakrishnan coming back out. And he'll have a lot more work to do than he did in the last game. Nikathan Radhakrishnan. Faber, Brackenbury, Bradley, Cunningham, Dundas, Foster, Hill, Hines, Radhakrishnan, Taylor and Weerasingham for Waratah. Rhythm Singh takes a nice sharp catch at point off Josh Pettigrew, and Pettigrew strikes early. That's 1 for 2 for Pettigrew. I do beg your pardon. There was a leg by him there, wasn't there? Yeah. So it's 1 for 2 of 5 balls, and Radhakrishnan is left-handed. So both batsmen now left-handed. Dan, we seem to have got some gremlins sorted, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, we're back in business. Live streaming is up and running. I think the volume's working well, and Wallsend off to a great start in the field. That was a sharp catch, wasn't it?
Yep.
In favour after that great innings in that semi-final. That little break didn't do him any justice, unfortunately. 1 for 3 Waratah Mayfield in this final.
That's an excellent start. When you consider his first ball was a no in a leg bye, that's an excellent comeback from Pettigrew. Team score is 1 for 3 after 1 over. Brackenbury is 1. Radhakrishnan's yet to score. The final of the Dennis Broad Cup. to you on Frog Box on a cool but pleasant afternoon here in inner city Newcastle at Waratah number 1. Been a good day so far, Dan. Well, at least we've had some cricket.
Oh, it's been a fantastic day. Once we got started,
Yeah,
it's a bit of a schmozzle this morning, but all's well that ends well. And Wallsend versus Waratah Mayfield. It should be a really good game. There's been some impressive performances. Ben Herring in the semi-final in the first game, especially with that injured knee like he was last week. It's a bit of a one-man show to get Wallsend across the line against Maryland Fletcher on the last ball of a 5-over-a-side Tonkfest. And then Waratah Mayfield just put the cleaners through Merriweather by 9 wickets.
Rhythm Singh bowling right armo around the wicket here. Oh, fully. How many times is Brackenbury going to play the draw shot today?
It works for him.
Oh, it works brilliantly well. Draw shot from Brackenbury gets him a single. Singh really threw that one up above eye line. Brackenbury couldn't resist having a hoy at it. Waratah Krishnan strikes me as being a more correct type of player who will play more orthodox cricket shots. I think he might use his feet to him as well because they both bowl the same sort of stuff. Right arm offies.
Yeah, I think it'll go without saying he'll play the role that Faber played in the semi-final.
Much quicker delivery there from Rhythm Singh.
Got wide too, but not called.
Good footwork, Waratah Krishnan.
Nice shot, just for one.
Guides it down to fine third man, just a single.
2 left-handers at the crease for the first time today. Be interesting to see if Brackenbury goes after the slower bowler early in this power play.
You would think he might put it away now that he's lost Faber early and he's got 20 overs to play with. It doesn't make much sense. Oh, fully.
I think it's in his wheelhouse, he will.
Like that.
Nice safe straight, just down the ground for 1. So we get the full 6-over power play. 2 outside the restriction circle, or the 25-metre circle. It's 30 metres, what is it, yard circle?
27.5 metres.
27.5 metres. So mid-wicket, or cow corner as we affectionately know it to be, has a person on the fence.
Oh, short. That might roll down the hill. He's going to get there, I think. Just pulls up the steps at the end. Did some short ones there to get his footwork right. 2 runs right at Krishnan. It's interesting, Singh has bowled 2 balls deliberately to Brackenbury and thrown it up. So they've watched Brackenbury having a go in the previous game. Both of the balls were well above the eye line, trying to induce him into a false shot.
Yeah, nice smart bowling. Waratah Krishnan on strike.
Oh, he's gone him.
And straight down the ground that should go. Big slide put in. I think he might have saved that.
That's an excellent piece of fielding. Very
That was
desperate.
4 for all money, and let's turn that into a 2. Great fielding there by Wallsend.
And at the end of the second over, Waratah Mayfield are 1 for 10. Singh goes for 7 off his first over. Brackenbury is 3. Waratah Krishnan's 5. Faber, the early man out. Quarter of Pettigrew's bowling.
Pettigrew's going to go again. As you would expect, 1 for 2 from his first over.
He's a handy man to have at this level of cricket because while he mightn't be as quick as he once was, he can still bowl. And you can see that he's had a lot of training because his action's pretty compact. It's not a bad action at all. Everything gets in the right place. It's reasonably smooth. Got a nice high delivery point as well.
So long on's back on the fence.
For
And
Brackenbury.
third man as well.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He can't bowl short.
No, definitely not.
He doesn't.
Straight back to the bowler.
It's interesting. Pettigrew, I don't reckon, has grown at all in height since he was 16. I reckon he just stopped because at that age group, he was a big, solid unit. Now he's a decent size bloke, but he didn't kick on to be a really tall bloke.
Okay.
I thought he would become very big and tall and dangerous. That's safe.
Yeah, not quite enough on it to get down to long on's throat. Just
He's hit
one.
the ball to the ring a lot today, either with mishits or deliberately. he's hit the ball to the ring.
The amount of times he's done it, I think it's got to be purposeful for the most part.
Yes, he caught half necked that, but he certainly didn't go full throttle at it.
No, hitting into that wind, he'd probably realise he'd probably put it straight down his throat. We're batting from this end, hitting towards the south. He's got that breeze behind him. Well fielded there by Herring and the covers. You can see he's noticeably hobbling still.
Yeah. Won't be any sharp singles when he bats. Christian looks like quite an effective cricketer.
He's a very handy bowler, and he's very adept with the bat so far.
Just the one man out at the moment. That the mid-ons come in for Waratah Krishnan. Oh, fully.
And Pongo. Is that a no ball?
I don't think it is. It's 4. Just waiting on the umpire Bruce here. And no.
Interesting.
So it's obviously
toss.
The thigh.
Must have been borderline. Umpire Bruce there, signalling 4.
On the NDCA committee with you, is he not, sir?
Fixtures and permits, yes.
Fixtures and permits, thank you.
That's gone straight up, but it's going to find
safe.
Space. Gee, Waratah have ridden their luck today.
Oh, holy cow. Our friend here at mid-off was a little bit at sea. And it wasn't easy when that breeze to judge.
Right, a Christian outscoring Brackenbury 2-1.
Back goes long on for Brackenbury, so there's a clear plan in mind there to try and get him to hoy down the ground.
Ooh, swing and a miss through the offside.
And Pettigrew will still be pleased. He's got away with these first 2 overs, 1 for 8. That is quite good bowling in the power play, Dan.
Definitely so. 1 for 16 from 3 overs. Waratah Oval, the site of the Dennis Broad Cup Grand Final T20 competition. Waratah Mayfield versus Wallsend. Waratah Mayfield 1 for 16 after 3 overs, halfway through the power play.
And again, Rhythm Singh bowling in the power play. Who goes back? So Lion's gone back. And there's a deep forward square. Actually, they've got 3. Oh, he must be on the ring at long on. He is, because there's a long off right there where he's hit that ball. That man at mid on, we're a little bit. It's a bit hard to judge here. We're sort of
below sort of sea level.
There's
here.
a dome. There's a dome, and we can't quite tell where he's. No, so he's clearly sitting just on the ring at mid on. Waratah Krishna expresses that one down to long off for a single. 1 for 17 in the 4th. Brackenbury decides to have a hoy at 1. That's 6. Large. Gets the right length that he wanted from Singh.
Brackenbury's just gone Wackenbury.
Oh, yeah, that's one of your best.
Yeah, that just sat up there for him. I mean, that's his area. He's hit down the ground. He's hit with the wind.
Yeah.
Field's all up.
The way he's in at the moment, that boundary's just not big enough for him at the moment. And
Dog walkers might have been in trouble there.
Singh risking another flighted ball, drags it down a bit, and Brackenbury gets a length of his arm. He's loving those balls at hip height, Dan.
Yeah, no, you
loves them.
You got to dart him in at him, dart him in, cramp him up for room. You give him any scope to wind up, it's danger.
Okay, so long off's come into the ring, and long on goes back just where that bomb was hit just a minute ago.
Yeah, I still see him picking apart these 2 deep. He'll go straight between them.
Or he'll go straight at the side screen.
Seen a bit too many there.
Short and short.
Back with a square. 1 bounce into the fence.
And here goes Brackenbury again. Decides to put the foot down.
But safe cricket shots.
Oh, that was a poor ball and a very good shot. Simple as that.
All of a sudden, Brackenbury's 14 off 8.
1 for 27 off.
Very productive over thus far.
21 balls.
3 balls remaining in this over. Full toss. He's beat cover. And there's a gap there. That probably go all the way to the fence for 4 as well. It's a great shot by Brackenbury. Pierced the field between mid on and cover. Of course, the 2 on the fence on the leg side. a full toss and off stump hasn't helped Singh's efforts there. But see what he tried to do, but just didn't quite land it.
No. He's
15.
got to dart him up here. He's got to bowl one, although he did the ball before and got whacked. Off.
Oh no.
That's a wide. And that will possibly, unless he's got an underneath edge,
I'm
that's
thinking he
two
might have
wides.
got some body on that. Okay, that's
How
interesting.
can that be a bye? Okay.
A leg side bye that's not a wide. Interesting. I thought he must have got a tickle on it off his body or something for a leg bye.
I thought it was a wide.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go.
Let's ball the over.
That ball pops, good length, and it pops up. Then that'll please Waratah Krishnan because he'll be able to bowl at that sort of length later on.
Be very encouraging. As much as it's flattening out and drying out, it's still a little bit in it for the bowler.
So Singh's thrown that one up without too much overspin, and it's bounced quite markedly on Waratah Krishnan there. So after 4 overs, Waratah putting the foot down that over through Josh Brackenbury. They're 1 for 32 after 4, going at 8s. You wonder if Pettigrew will bowl another here. Yeah, it looks like he's going to. Been very tidy so far. No, there's been a change of bowler. Pettigrew's been taken off. I wonder whether probably going to keep him for later, but I would have thought they could have persevered with him, but they're not going to.
Simmons.
Jacob Simmons on from the railway on northern end of Waratah. Brackenbury still got that long on to contend with, and a finish third man. That is not the place to bowl to Brackenbury in this form.
What a cracking stroke. He smashed that over point for 4. 1 bounce, 2 bounces into the fence. Wide, short, with no protection. That's
Money for jam.
money for jam. 22 off 11. All of a sudden, that strike rate from Brackenbury's at 200.
What the late great Martin Crowe would call a buffet ball. Help yourself.
He wasn't a good cricketer.
My word. Williamson's better than him. That throws. Yeah, Pettigrew's let that go, and the keeper's just got a hand to it. Martin Crowe's a superb cricketer, and he played against the might of the West Indian attacks.
Yes.
And the start of his career was dreadful for him, and then he came back and how's this one? He was stopped from a triple century by the bowling wiles of Arjuna Ranatunga, bowling little dibbly dobblers, caught behind for 299, if you don't mind.
Ian Healy's little mate.
Oh, yeah. Shane Warne's mate.
Ramatunga down a throater.
Shane Warne's mate. Warne
Yes.
didn't like him either.
He was a very polarising figure in cricket in the 90s, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Some of you
Late
who are
80s.
not sure what we're talking about, go and watch a coverage of a game in Adelaide between Sri Lanka and England in a one-day game when Murali got called and Ranatunga let his side off the field. It was
Ross
pretty hectic.
Emerson.
It was pretty hectic.
Shot. That's a beautiful shot.
Exquisite. So you go, mate.
Waratah Krishnan has hit that, glided the ball backward a point. That's a beautiful shot for 4. I thought that was Brackenbury at first, but Waratah Krishnan's, he smoked that. That's a great, safe cricket shot, and Simmons just a bit too full and wide. 9 runs from this over thus far with 2 balls remaining, and Waratah again setting a nice platform. That was the shot of the day, I reckon.
Oh, that was
I
gorgeous.
really enjoyed that.
That's a square drive, really.
Just dab that back butt, fielder there.
Very comfortable playing horizontal bat shots, and they're really trusting his wickets must have hardened up immeasurably. But I think on the same tool that Darryl Hare caught Murali in a test match at the MCG. He got caught in a one-day game in Brisbane and bowled leggies, and then went down and played in Adelaide, and they bowled in leggies.
Yeah, that's where it became a debacle.
That was the problem because his leggies weren't anything like a Ben Up.
Yeah.
You can't.
Sorry, Ben Up.
Oh, Brackenbury again. Simmons will want to have this over again. That's 4 more. Is it going to hold up? It did. Into that breeze. Goodness me.
Can remember a famous one-day international Australia versus Sri Lanka where Mr. Ranatunga requested a runner.
Yeah, there's
Mr.
language
Healy
that we can't repeat on here. as a
advised
family
him that
show.
there were certain reasons that you weren't allowed to have a runner for,
Yeah.
which the beauties of stump mic. End of the fifth over, 1 for 44. Waratah Christian 16, Brackenbury 25, and 1 over left in the power play. I mean, 50 plus in the power play is great going, and they're odds on looking that they'll could eclipse that.
Of course, Ian Healy's now got a first-class cricket ground named after him in inner city Brisbane. It's one of the backup grounds to the Gabba. They
And
use Albion and they use Ian Healy Oval as well.
Very talented niece.
She's a star. I might add, some of those Indian cricketers that we saw on that tour in the last month or so are going to be stars of the game.
Yeah.
They can
An opener
seriously
bat.
play. Oh yeah, the young lass.
Yeah.
Big, tall, right arm, quick with who wears all the war paint, and she can play. And
It's fair to say Alyssa Healy is the best cricketer in a marriage.
that's a big call. That's a big call.
Okay. Open for
think
the
she-
debate.
I'll go. I'll give an opinion. I think she might be a little bit mentally tougher.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Stark came back though. He was well. Saw him at practice during the week this week, and he was wounded. and He came back and bowled well. So
Yeah, he
I'll
copped
give
one
him
from
that.
Mitch Marsh.
Yeah, and he came back and did it. But yeah,
What I really like about Alyssa Healy, you see a lot of her commentary. She's such a character.
she's funny.
She's a bit of a throwback to when people are allowed to have an opinion.
Cooper on from the southern end. First ball to Waratah Christian gets driven down to mid-off, no run.
I really like the way her profile has, I guess, lifted. I mean, when we thought of women's cricket, everyone thought of Elise Perry. Meg Lanning, Alyssa Healy in the last couple of years has just really flourished, and just facing hubby in the nets couldn't hurt your batting. Mitchell Stark, of course.
Like,
And the leg
brilliant
side
bit of keeping and
and
a must.
not a wide.
Is that not a wide?
It's a couple of times. It's from the same end as well, so interesting.
Well, I'm assuming that the umpires decided that it's that close to the stumps that it's because there is a little bit of leeway. Some of them in playing conditions there's no leeway, and I suspect there are in this competition, which is why if that didn't miss leg stump by that much. He wasn't denied a shot, as an example. Brilliant bit of keeping. Great
Oh,
shot. I know. I thought
Is
he
that-
got that fine.
Yeah, so did I. Is that Veroxis behind the stumps again?
I don't think that is Veroxis this time.
Doesn't look like him, but it's again very handy glove work.
I'm not quite sure if it's Veroxis. It'll be on my cricket. They should have named the keeper.
Oh, the team's not listed.
Yeah, that's right. Brackenbury back on strike. He's 25. Waratah 1 for 45 off 5.5 overs. 3 balls left in the power play.
Good over to start with here by Cooper.
Now he's got a test. So mid-on is on the ring. He is not deep, which I think is a mistake.
Jeez, who is out?
Deep cow and deep cover.
Oh, great shot. Smashed back down the
I'd dispense with this one. I'd have them both back at long on and long off and telling the ball straight and full and left Brackenbury cover crack. I think that deep cover's a waste. I can understand the deep mid. The deep mid wicket, I can understand the way he's hitting them.
Yeah.
But I would tell my player in this situation, bowl full, I'm going to bring the third man and fine leg finer in your ring here and have them back on the fence.
Yep.
Both
If he wants to
reasonably
play
straight.
across the line, let him make the error.
Yeah, let him do that.
Oh, that
On the pad,
close.
and that'll be a leg by.
That'll get him to 50. 1 for 50 with 1 ball remaining in the 6 over power play. So that par 50 and 6 has been achieved. So it's a great start. They've only lost the 1 wicket. So
That's also another key is that they've only lost. They've only got 1 back in the shed.
they've got some talent to come. Nice cricket shot.
He is very, very capable square on the offside. Loves it there. As soon as he gets width, Waratah Krishnan. And that's over. 1 for 51 off the power play. That is a very good result for Waratah Mayfield.
So at 8.5 and over.
Motoring along nicely here. 150 is definitely on the cards. In fact, they'd be disappointed from me if they didn't get 150.
Yeah, and I think 150 is going to be a very competitive score.
I don't think they've got the batting depth. And there's the power play. Herring would have to go berserk again there, given how wounded he is.
Yeah, but in saying that, he stood and delivered
Oh, it did.
when it counted. One for 51 from 6.
Brackenbury 29 off 15. Radha Krishnan 18 off 17. Very tidy. Simmons on for his second. He'd want to get his lines right. He's too much down different sides of the pitch in the last over. Needs to home in on it. Now that he's got a field, he can set a field. He's got a long on and a long off, and I think that's wise. And he's going to. That would indicate to me, especially with a third man, he's going to try and bowl fullish and not bowl short. He's got a deep backward square. He's got no one at fine leg on the fence. Fine leg is up inside the ring. The way it looks to me from here.
A long on, long off, deep point,
Deep third
deep
man.
square, and third man.
Yep. Radhakrishnan gets it to the ring and gets the easiest single in history. Radhakrishnan on strike. Sorry, Krishnan, Brackenbury on strike. Now that's into the wind.
That's going.
And 4.
Great
Got
shot.
a nice piece of that, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that deep fielder on the fence was probably a bit finer. Could have paid to be a bit squarer, but if you bowl short on this wicket, Brackenbury's going to pick him off all day. Just sitting up.
We've been speaking about this all day. He's got the field set here to bowl straight and full. He has to do it. Every time he drags it down, Brackenbury's going to hoy him across the line.
Correct. That's better.
And with Brackenbury not running quickly, Pettigrew moves quickly around and gets the ball in quickly. That's okay. That's a single. There's no problems because he's bowling to his field.
Yeah, look, you don't mind giving up the singles. It's those boundaries that you've really got to keep limited in this format of cricket.
And they don't want to give Radhakrishnan's a bit different. You can't give him width outside our stump because he'll go square on the offside. Although they do have some coverage out there now.
Bit upish. One bounce to Herring at cover.
So just for Radhakrishnan, they've got a point right next to the umpire, which is actually quite an unusual position. A third man and a deep point almost directly in behind that point. The one thing that doesn't cover is the finer nick, but it does cover that lovely back cut that he's got and square drive. And that'll be a single down to Josh Pettigrew in front of us. Brackenbury back on strike now. He's 34 off 17. Continuing his outstanding run rate. He's almost made 100 today. He's made 98 and 2 digs today. Doesn't need to do anything silly here though. He's got lots of runs on. He'll need one of these two's got to go through, I reckon. Oh, that's a no-y.
Oh.
And called. It's a bunger, and it's a lock and load, and a warning. And now danger here. Brackenbury's got a free ball.
Was that a wide or a no ball?
It's a no-y.
Oh, you
There's
did
the
call
lock
no
and
ball.
load.
Okay. Umpire
No ball.
Bruce with the lasso.
No ball over trumps the wide because it's a bigger penalty. Brackenbury, a lock and load here.
Whoosh,
Gets the length.
It's down the ground.
Simmons has done very
just
well to
take
get
one.
the single. That's an excellent
All the
performance.
free hits today haven't been cashed in,
No,
have
they
they?
haven't.
I
There's
don't think
no
one has.
cash in at all. No.
I don't think he went for 4.
No. Pettigrew over here bowled a slow ball bounce that was lucky not to be called a wide, but it died when the pitch was a bit more tacky. That was one of them I can think of.
So the first time I ever saw a free hit rule was Brad Haddon was the batsman, and he took guard behind the stumps to give himself extra time,
which I think's now illegal.
But it is. Well, they at the time they said you can't do it. It's a smart tactic because if the ball hits the stumps, run.
Interesting tactic.
I mean, how much more time do you need to see the ball? Your whole life, you practice at 22 yards. But yeah, it was a very.
When you watch some of the
Interesting.
When they get free hits, when you watch some of the batsmen even at our representative level here, it's where they'll often line up with both feet behind the crease and things like that, and try and change the length, because they're often expecting a Yorker.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a lot another ball they use a lot with free hits is the slow ball bouncer dug into the pitch. Cooper. Oh, that's a great shot. Just for a single. Went like a rocket.
Waratah Krishnan.
Brackenbury,
sorry, was it?
Yeah.
Ah, they hadn't updated, sorry.
Yes.
I had a 1 in 2 chance and I was wrong. It's got a bit of a delay here on the live stream here, it appears. So Waratah Krishnan on strike now, facing Cooper. It's better. Falling at the body.
Just got enough of a hand on it, just get it to Herring and stop the single. It's got a very high action. I suspect him will move the ball away from a left-hander naturally. Not sure if he'd be able to bowl an outswing with this action. It looks to me to be a action purpose-built to bowl right-arm in-swingers.
Shot. It's gone between the cover and the sweeper out there's run around, but just the one.
He's coming with that for danger in.
Yeah. Well, safe cricket.
Pettigrew's doing more yards than Bergen Walls at the moment. He's gone from long off here to long off there. But he has got a very fine left throwing arm. I reckon that's too young to be for Roxas. The keeper.
Yeah, it just appears to have a different body shape.
Yeah.
Oh.
Chalk the cue.
Yep.
Off the end of the bat, no run. Score check for you. 1 for 62 off 7.4 overs. Remember, this is the only T20 you'll see on Frogbox today on the NDCA page. The other games being a remarkable T5 and then a T16. Today, the Savo's a T20.
Oh,
Brackenbury's
stand
got
and
that.
deliver. Is that?
It's over.
Oh, nearly took out the spectator. She was very light in the feet.
She wisely got
dot
the
down
reverse going. Beep, beep, beep. Down there at long on outside the fence. Brackenbury on to 42, got the length he was wanting. He has cashed in on bad length today repeatedly. Yeah. Especially over that fence, he's been dynamite.
You nearly named that part of the ground after Brackenbury.
1 for 68.
And again.
Short again.
You stop that? Oh no.
It's gone to the fence and they'll get a double. Another very good over. Waratah Mayfield 70 off 9 overs. And Brackenbury's 44. Waratah Krishnan 21. Cooper ends up with none for 16 off his first 2 overs. And after 8 overs, Waratah Mayfield 1 for 70. And they will be pleased where they're at the moment.
Yeah, very much so. Especially that 1 wicket down.
I think Herring's going to bowl. Yeah, because he's got the old bowl with he's got the Greg Matthews style on bowling.
That's right.
Yep. On.
Well, he took 4 for 12 from his 4 overs in the second qualifying game last week. So he's very, very able. Just wonder how that leg's going. If he's bowling, it can't be too bad. He's going to keep the hat on.
And he's bowling to 2 left-handers hitting into the wind against him.
He's coming around the wicket. See where Herring lands them early.
Indeed.
Ooh, that's a bit harsh. Wide called.
Wow.
Interesting. Oh, as long as they're consistent.
Yeah.
I thought he hit it
right
under
near
that.
the tram tracks. Sweeping. Gets a bottom edge to it. Gets out to the square leg. Fieldsman gets a single. Waratah Krishnan 22, Brackenbury 44, Waratah Mayfield 71 for 1 after 8.2 overs.
Interesting how Brackenbury approaches Herring.
Probably.
It could be close. No.
Wasn't going over.
It's down the leg side, I think. Brackenbury just looks to, maybe fatigue. It looks like a bit of a lazy swipe, that. Certainly not riding him off.
Lots of singles.
Yeah,
That's a wide.
there it is. Leg side wide called.
And actually pretty effective keeping. The footwork was good.
Very good keeping today's been fantastic.
Shuffled his
all
feet across
teams.
and yeah, did a good job. That might be the chance thereafter. There you go.
Nice.
No chance. Did circle work on it actually. Fortunately. Single to Brackenbury.
Just took the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Herring has been bowling for.
Yeah. Waratah Christian on strike to Herring. Lofts it up. Just a miss hit there to the short cover.
Yep. Got two men behind square on the offside here.
Effective over by Herring, only 3 from it with 1 ball remaining. It'll remain that way. No, there'll be a single down the ground. Wallsend needed that over.
That's a terrific over from Herring. And we feel the fact that that knee's not right probably cost him a run there. Oh no, there's an extra ball because of the wide.
Oh, bowled that.
Brackenbury.
He's not happy about that.
That might be a boundary 4 and is 49. It was an average delivery, short outside leg stump.
Yeah, the umpires miscounted there because he'd re-bowled the wide already. So that extra delivery's been costly for Wallsend, and all of a sudden that tied over becomes 8 from.
Umpires are having a quick chat with Ben Herring. I suspect it's about the audible obscenity. Hopefully that's all it is.
I thought he heard a fire truck coming from Waratah Station.
Okay. It's an interesting way to describe it.
Give him the benefit of the doubt. Roy Capiteo might be listening in. He might have heard it better than we did.
Roy Capiteo is doing everything better than we are at the moment. Aren't you, Roy? Good afternoon to everybody listening around Newcastle and around the Hunter. Hope you're enjoying it, the coverage we're having. It's an absolute privilege to be here, to be quite honest, with my colleague here, Mr. Saunders, who's a very fine commentator in his own right, let me tell you. That's close.
Squiddy's giving him. Brackenbury's been dismissed for 49. Sorry. Still haven't updated here. I've got it wrong. Waratah Christian squared up there on the crease.
He's not impressed with the decision.
But Cooper getting it up there full and straight. He's given himself every opportunity there of wickets.
Exactly
and
right.
the second wicket for Waratah Mayfield's fallen. 2 for 78. Waratah Christian 23 from 27 deliveries.
And that's an anomaly because he's looking very tidy. He's doing an excellent job in support of Brackenbury. Now, I wonder if this is Dundas coming in at 4 today.
I think it's
It's
Kane
Bradley. And what Bradley Wackham?
Very handy. Yeah, he very handy. Yeah, he'll score reasonably quick. Ran a runner ball.
Okay.
Yeah, very capable. There's the scorecard. 2 for 78 after 9.1. Brackenbury 49 from 26. 6 boundaries and 2 sixes. Yeah, definitely Kane Bradley coming to the wicket. Scored 30 on one of the games against the Port Stephens Pythons last week in one of the pool games, so he's got form leading in.
Coming in to face Cooper.
Cooper needs to keep bowling full and straight, give no width. He doesn't want to give Bradley any width, I can tell you that.
Oh, that is absolutely. That should be a wide though. That is quite brilliant piece of
Another leg side stumping. Has he called wide?
He has not. There's been no call of wide. That's absolutely brilliant piece of work.
I mean, the irony of a keeper being dismissed by some very sharp keeping.
Sharp. That was brilliant.
Cooper's on a hat trick. The leg side wide not called. which let the
I'm
viewers
sorry,
do
I find that a little bit curious that the
well, that's
Lakeside
about the
Wise
third
have
or
been called.
fourth from that end that hasn't been called, which that is Veroxis behind the stumps. Okay,
Okay.
it makes sense because the
Yeah.
way he kept in the first game, that was just as slick.
Correct.
That was brilliant. That's a brilliant piece of keeping. And Wallsend clawing their way back into the game. Got Waratah
In on a hat trick ball.
coming in. Brackenbury
I
49 not.
I can't believe that wasn't a wide. That was, he took that ball a fair way outside leg stump, to be honest. Anyway,
Yeah.
here's what it is. No question about the dismissal.
3 for 78.
Wallsend really fighting back hard here in this over. Waratah facing the hat trick ball. So these don't happen that often in cricket. Cooper on a hat trick. Full toss.
Full toss.
I'd like to have that ball again.
Yeah, just he's gone for full and straight. He's nearly got there. It's probably too full, but it's a dot. And this is a great over thus far by Cooper. We're getting into the Waratah middle order now, and some of these blokes might not have much time at the wicket, so
Put a little bit of pressure on Brackenbury too. He's got to think about how he's going to handle this. He doesn't want to get out.
another full
Another
toss.
bunger.
Another dot. Yeah, does Brackenbury go into his shell and just pick off the singles, or does he look to accelerate and bat around the other end, hopefully to give him the strike? It'll be still 10 overs to go. A long way to go on this innings for a T20. We're only at halfway. As that red ink certainly starts asking some questions. That's a
Just wondering if that's a leg by. He's got his hand out over his right thigh here. No, it's a single. We're seeing him off the mark.
I think he actually asked the batsman if he did. So Brackenbury back on strike, 49 not out from 26 deliveries. 61 in the semi-final.
64.
64?
64 off 42, I think.
That's
he
right,
said.
sorry, 64 or 42. So a single away with back-to-back half centuries. And there it is.
Bunts that down straight. And he's got, because of those marker cones in there, gets a boundary
That's
four. So that's his second 50 today.
Josh Brackenbury, 53 not out, 7 boundaries, 2 sixes, 38 minutes. Consecutive half centuries, the backbone of both of these Waratah Mayfield innings, and how big they go will depend on how big Josh Brackenbury goes with this innings, I dare say.
I think he's got a, like that was a no-risk shot, that was on the ground. I think he actually, for 5 overs, he can hit the ball on the ground. I don't think there's any need for him to take any risk at all. If you get rubbish, it's fine, whack it. But I reckon that he's in a position to be able to get himself close to 100 if he wants it. Whereas Singham takes strike to Herring. Herring brings the deep cow a bit straighter. Oh, how was that missed off stump? Oh, good gracious. Trying to cut the ball off stump, that's not necessarily a wise move. Herring bowling beautifully at the moment. Cross the line. The misfield might cost him a run. It does. Pettigrew's got a decent arm, but Wirasingham's like a whippet and gets through for a double. Wirasingham 3, Waratah Mayfield 3 for 85. In this, the 11th over. Dennis Broad Cup final. Saundo's having problems with his curse, everybody. It's gone missing once again. And that should be a catch, and an absolute sit has been dropped at mid-wicket. Slog sweeping, didn't get it. Bottom half of the bat, and chance put down. Wirasingham is 4. Waratah Mayfield are 3 for 86. Slight delay. Herring getting, Brackenbury is having the side screens moved for right arm around the wicket. single Brackenbury to point. Drops at his feet, and we're seeing him, who is very quick. Motors on through. 3 for 87. 2 balls left in the 11th over. Faster one. And we're seeing him does well to keep that off his stumps. On both sides, ask him though. Lovely shot. We were seeing him inside out, cover drive really. Gets that square. Good bit of fielding, keeps that to 2. After 11 overs, it's 3 for 89. I'm just going to check the playing conditions for DB Cup because I don't reckon that's right. Anyway, I'll have a check. Quite happy to stand corrected, but I'm going to take that on. I reckon that's wrong. But anyway.
As Dave Redden consults the rule book of the NDCA. 3 for 89 off 11, Waratah Mayfield in this Dennis Broad Cup final. T20 conditions. Wallsend fighting back with a couple of wickets. So Josh Pettigrew been throwing the ball again. He'll be coming in from the southern end to bowling his first couple of overs from this northern end or Mayfield end. Brackenbury 53, 54 not out. Waratah 6.
Yeah, I'm going to the rule book.
Okay, let's see what Pettigrew's got. Brackenbury on strike.
He's not standing up to Josh, is he? Wow. Holy cow.
Confident wicketkeeper. Very good at what he does.
Short.
In short.
Safe. His judgment of that ball today has been unbelievable, to be honest.
It's 1 to Brackenbury.
Yeah.
3 for 90. We're seeing him to take strike.
Yep.
Deep point on the fence. Cow corner on the fence.
So, Dan, why don't we just get a quick break? I've got the wide ruling here for judging a wide.
Please indulge us, Dave Redden.
I will be doing so.
Also got to find legs back on the fence here now for Waratah. How's that, he says? Not out. Going down the leg side.
So, on the leg side specifically, Dan, and I quote, it's 3011C, a delivery passing the striker stumps on the leg side without any contact with the striker's bat or person shall be wide unless the ball passes between the striker and the stumps. The striker moves to the offside and he would have made contact with it in a normal position, as we were assuming hits that ball to cover, no run. The striker is attempting to play, or is it boarded an attempt to play a reverse sweep or switch hit? So none of that's happened.
So a ball foot down the leg side should be a wide.
That's what 3011C says, and that's the ruling for all T20 fixtures, including DB Cup. So rule book says that.
Excellent. That's why you're the doyen. You're able to come up with this information at the drop of a hat.
Another dot ball. Very full Yorker. Pettigrew changing length. Another dot ball.
It's a great over. 1 from. 1 ball remaining.
Pettigrew 1 for 9. The score is 3 for 90 in the 12th over. Wallsend pegging Waratah Mayfield back here at the moment. Crucially, Brackenbury still there. Full bunger. That was only, I reckon, knee to thigh high, so that's not a no-y. And that's a terrific. Pettigrew's gone for 9 for 3 overs. That's when you consider his first ball was a no ball leg by,
Got away with
he's
it.
done particularly well.
3 for 90 off 12, and Wallsend is clawing their way back in. Waratah was certainly well on top there, but those couple of quick wickets. There's an over with one from. And, run rate 7.5 and over, so they're tracking for that 150. We thought might be par off 20 on this ground.
Brackenbury here has a very important decision to make as to how he's going to handle himself. He really needs to set himself to be there at the end. Doesn't want to throw it away.
So Herring again.
That's 4 runs. Sweep shot, slog sweeping, got a fair bit of it. Fieldsman out there at the fence could have elected to stay back and make it a single. Went for the catch and missed it, and it rolled past him for 4. 3 for 94 the score. Brackenbury's 59. He's not dying wondering.
No. No, not at all. Herring in again. Brackenbury's pierced the field out to the sweeper on the cover boundary. It'll just be a single.
Smart cricket. Boundary followed by a single.
Back-to-back 60s now.
Three for 95. Weerasingham needs to get a move on, really. He doesn't want to have too many more dot balls. Needs to try and get himself getting runs off every ball. And that's all he's got to do is get the strike to Brackenbury. But he must, he's had enough dots now and enough of a chance to look. Got to move on. Lovely ball from Herring. Defended to cover, no run. Oh, that's a fully.
Oh, it's beat everyone, has it? Or has it got a
Very
bottom
lucky
edge
to
on
get
it?
away with that. I think it's an underneath edge. I think. Just waiting for Graham Bruce here.
Well.
That's a buy. So he's missed a. He's had a Donald Trump mulligan at that one.
Donald Trump mulligan. Very
The
good.
former president is known for having occasional mulligans, and particularly at golf courses that he owns, which is not a bad reason to have a mulligan.
So Brackenbury, what we do here, Herring in again. Oh,
Goes to Hoy.
he's found more vacant real estate down there. Just the one though.
There's not much vacant real estate in Newcastle, but he's found it. Single to Brackenbury, going to Hoy again. He is tired, but he does it. They can continue to consolidate to at least the 16th over, to be quite frank. And we're seeing him 6 off 15. He needs to get runs every ball. Needs to get just push singles. That's all he got to do. And Card again. And that's another good over from Herring. So he's gone for 20 from his 3 overs. The score is 3 for 97 after 13. 150 with Weerasingham in looking a little bit more mountainous to climb.
Look, I think if Wallsend can keep them below 150, I'll be very happy.
From where they were, yeah, that's right.
For sure.
Those 2 wickets and 2 balls have set them right back. I reckon it's cost them 10 or 12 runs. Now, is Pettigrew going to finish with Veroxis keeping up? I'm not convinced that he's Veroxis, to be quite frank, but anyway. He is going to finish off. Pettigrew has been superb. He's gone 1 for 9 off 3. Josh Brackenbury 61, and Weerasingham is 6. 7 overs left, they're 97. They still want 150, I reckon. That's a minimum.
Okay, Pettigrew from the Brackenbury. This will be a good contest.
Slower ball. Should be an easy double.
That back
No,
of the
they've even
square.
gone for the easy single. So
That's the one. Fatigue could be starting to set in here. Weerasingham 6 from 16. He's gotten bogged down.
and he's missed a fistful of full tosses. He has not played. It's strange to say, but he has missed a multitude of them. Either mishit them or just completely had an airy. Pettigrew bringing another man out the offside here into the ring.
Because they keep applying pressure to him. He's either going to try to do something risky to get off strike.
Like
that.
Said, Dan Saunders. Nostradamus Saunders at his very best. Warasinger play across the line.
Great bowling by Pettigrew. He figured him out. You can see what we've been seeing from here.
Yep.
And
to be quite honest, that's not a bad result for Waratah. If they get someone in and has a bit of a larrup, that's a better thing for them.
Jack Dundas can certainly get on with it, and he's listed to come in next. Whether he will or not, I'm unsure. But Warasinger bowled Pettigrew 6 from 17, and Pettigrew with the impressive figures of 2 for 10 midway through his 4th over. And Wallsend just still in the fight, still in the arm wrestle, and Stallone say over the top. Starting to get maybe control of the arm wrestle. Brackenbury, of course, is the key for this innings. As deep as he can go into this Waratah innings will determine the sort of target that Wallsend will be chasing. I know that goes without saying.
However, it needs to be said, with losing, one of the things that they talk to you about is they lost 2 wickets rapidly. Pettigrew's put the brakes on massively here. Pettigrew and Cooper have brought them right back into the game. And quite frankly, I think Wallsend will be relatively pleased if they can get Brackenbury out soon. They're right on.
Big time. If they lose Brackenbury now, or very shortly, there's a difference between 150 and maybe getting to 120, 25, and that's a different slant on things then.
It is.
Foster's the new batsman. Pettigrew, and he comes. Just on the pads, on the leg side, just flicked around the corner for 1.
Might be a leg bye. Cherry's got his left hand out, so that's a leg bye.
4 for 99.
That's James Foster as the new batsman.
It's definitely going to be a triple figure run chase for Wallsend. 6 overs and change remaining in this Waratah Mayfield innings.
Interesting to see if Brackenbury, Pettigrew's only got 3 balls left today, and he may pull the cue on the rack and look for singles and not take any risks against him and look to move on against other bowlers. Pettigrew's clearly been the pick. Goes with a very full ball, limits his shots down the line for a single. From mine, that's a smart option from Brackenbury.
Yeah, look, he's got no need to throw it away.
No.
But if it's there and it's in his areas, I think he'll still go hard at it, whether he goes through the air or along the ground. Remains to be seen, but Foster on strike.
Oh, that is a poor shot.
It's a very poor shot.
The situational awareness there is poor. Sorry, that's a duck.
Josh Pettigrew with his 3rd wicket. What a great spell of bowling it's been. 3 for 11 with 1 ball remaining. And Wallsend have really turned this around the last 5 overs. Of course, with Brackenbury still there, Waratah's still the chance of putting a good total on for the chase.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to come across everybody as being a little bit blunt. If I was Brackenbury, I'm going to say what I think. I'm not going to sit there and hold back.
No, please
I'd
do.
be very disappointed with that shot. The situational awareness of that is poor. One bloke that we both know well, Nick Foster, has told me over the last 7 years of knowing him that situational awareness in cricket is extremely poor. Now, even at 12th grade in park cricket, to go and play that shot when it was totally unnecessary is just poor situational awareness. And I'm sure I'm not being personal, it's just business. But if Foster had his time again, he would go back and just bump that along for a single. Anyway, it is what it is. Pettigrew in the middle of a superb spell.
It's Rhythm Singh's 2nd catch, as he scored that screamer early on.
At point, that's right, off Pettigrew. Pettigrew in a terrific spell here. He's got 1 ball left. He has, however, got Brackenbury on strike for that last ball. He has 3 for 11 with 1 ball left in his spell. He's been superb this afternoon. Nothing short of superb.
Reliably informed by our Assistant Secretary of the NDCA, David Absalom, that Grant Hines is another Warners Bay alumni.
Oh, short. That might be gone off his last ball.
And
it is gone.
It's gone all the way.
Drops short and goes yard. Brackenbury not holding back. He's 69. Pettigrew finishes a superb spell with 3 for 17. And Waratah Mayfield are 5 for 106 with 6 overs to go. Grant Hines from the Warners Bay, originally from the Warners Bay Club, one of the Warners Bay transfers across here to Waratah Mayfield this year.
A few years ago? Okay.
A few years ago, thank you.
5 for 106, so 6 overs, 8 and overs, 4 yeah. Brackenbury's the key here, isn't he? I mean, 69 now, better than a run of ball. He'll be eyeing off for 3 figures, you would think.
Legitimately, he's probably got 18 to 20 balls left, and yes, the
31
rate
runs.
he's going, that's enough. They've just got to stay in around him. They don't need to do anything stupid. Just bat sensibly.
Okay, so Herring's bowling his 4th and final over.
Hines is entitled to bat, just hit the ball on the ground. That's what all he's got to do. Hit the ball in a gap and get Brackenbury the strike. That's how they win the match. It's as simple as that. Missing leg stump by some margin. He's had 2 dot balls. I'm afraid that the situation means that he should be pretty much finding a single now.
There it is.
And he does.
Well fielded.
Brilliantly fielded.
Great save, but it's always one. 5 for 100.
Hines has done his job. He's now got Brackenbury on strike. Now the breeze is picking up here at Waratah. He's going quite reasonably firmly left to right across screen. So when Brackenbury hits to the left of screen, he's into the teeth of the breeze. Who's been quite tidy today, 21 off 19 points. After a stumping and not given. God, those stumps and bails are spectacular. They are so cool.
Copped a pounding today too, haven't
They
they?
have.
Be interesting to see what Wallsend will do with their bowling following this over, whether they look for a 6th bowler.
Well, they've bowled their best bowlers now to get them back in the game.
Yeah.
Simmons has got some left, hasn't he?
Singh and
Cooper's got
Simmons have both got 2 remaining, but they both went for 10 and 11 and over. Cooper's still got 1 up his sleeve.
Brackenbury pushes that one to backward point, just the single. And just for this over anyway, it's quiet in proceedings. Herring's going to get through his over and try and get away with 3 or 4 in this over. They've certainly bowled them back in the match. I think Herring, without taking wickets, been quite solid. Pettigrew's been superb, and Cooper did a job for him as well.
Bowled well in partnership.
They have, yeah, they have. Nice shot, Hines. Might get a double there if he pushes, or Brackenbury's not in a real hurry. He is coming back. That's a lovely shot from Hines. Double.
Confident stroke early in the innings. Only thought the 4th ball faced.
5 for 110. Herring has 1 ball left. Oh, that's it. He's finished. So Herring's done at 24 off his 4 overs. That's solid enough. And Pettigrew will have to be replaced. Let's have a look and see who comes on that far end. Will it be Cooper? I reckon it'd be doubtful to go to Singh got pogoed by Brackenbury.
Singh 2 overs, no wicket for 22, and Simmons 2 overs, no wicket for 21.
It's Simmons.
Okay, so you're going to save Cooper for death. 2 for 21 from 3.
Some conjecture about the stumping decision given against Kane Bradley as well.
Yes, I've read that on some of the private messages.
Coming through in dispatches, yeah. And the essence on that word is private messages.
It might be the same one you got.
It is the same one I've got.
I guess that's your number. I guess I'll save that.
Private message, yeah. So, Simmons must get his length right to Brackenbury. He's got no fine leg. He can't bowl short at all.
Oh,
that's the right length. He's hit it well, but it's the correct length.
Right to the fielder. Down to the long on boundary for a single.
Just to run through it's a change of field now, so we'll have a look at Hines. Hines is going with the following field. Deep forward square, deep fine leg, mid-wicket, wicket in the ring, mid-on in the ring. Then on the offside is a short third man, a backward point, a sweeper, short extra cover, and mid-off. Hines has just got to get back to ball. He can drop it at his feet and run on the leg side easily.
Oh,
missing leg, I reckon. Looking for the single
Squared
to get
him up.
Brackenbury the strike. Couldn't get there.
Yeah, big 5 overs here in the context of the game.
Brackenbury into his 70s. Hines has got to continue getting back to ball.
Straight to cover. He's
And the
taking a
misfield,
run.
and yeah, the big enough misfield cost them a single.
Good leg call early by Hines. He committed to the run, so Brackenbury had to go.
So he's bowling to a 5-4. So the men on the leg side for Simmons are a short, fine leg, a mid-wicket on the ring, long on, and deep square. So it's really trying to get him to hit straight here.
That's
And
good
that's
bowling.
exactly where he bowls a low full toss.
Exactly where he needs to bowl at Brackenbury. This interesting field setting on the offside, and still no one really covering his strength hitting with the wind down there. Mid wickets on the edge of the ring.
Length and belts it
Got
for
that back on
4.
a square for 4. He smacked that away into the
Just
brickwork.
as soon as he earned on length, you spoke about the previous ball, that low full toss. That one short of a length. Brackenbury, in the form that he's in, you see him like a dead fish at the moment.
75 from 40. It's his 9th boundary, complemented with 3 sixes.
3 pogos, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. All over here, I reckon.
Yep.
To the right of screen downwind.
Yeah, he hasn't missed too many opportunities. If they've been in his area, he's cashed in.
Certainly has. That's gone. Forget it. That's into orbit. That has gone a long, long way.
That's at the checkout at Kmart.
Oh, gracious me. Gets the length he's after and hits it back on the asphalt. That'll come back with half a chunk missing out the ball. And Brackenbury, what a finish to that over. He's 81. And all of a sudden, yibbity yibbita, folks, they're 5 for 122 off 16 with 150 looking a real show. Brackenbury, a magnificent 81 off 41.
There's 4 overs remaining. It'd be very interesting to see
Singh's
what
coming
they
on.
choose to do here.
This will be interesting.
Okay, so it looks like they're going to bowl their 5 bowlers, 4 each. Singh with 22 from his first 2.
And who's the bowler with 1 left? Cooper.
Cooper, Simmons have 1 each, and Singh has 2.
Singh's going to have to bowl the last 2 from here, and then Simmons and Cooper will bowl from the bottom or the Georgetown
At least he's
end.
bowling from this end. He's not bowling with the wind behind it.
Hines has got to get off strike.
What's that?
That's brilliant. Is that a wide?
Looks like we've turned the leg side rule off. That's another stumping down the leg side. Great glove work, and Hines, just like his former Warners Bay counterpart Bradley.
That looks like
Stumped.
Jack Dundas coming to the crease, is it?
Oh, you'd have to be due.
Big salad unit. And he, interestingly, will be hitting Singh downwind. So 6 for 122. We have seen some very, very good performances from the keepers today, I reckon.
Yeah,
Some
very
of the
much
stump
so.
there. That leg side stumping off Cooper was representative class. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant for the keeping. And it is Dundas. And as I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see him lock and load almost immediately here. They've only got... Now they're into a situation there's 23 balls left. They put them back. They know what's coming.
Well, the runner ball gets them to 144, sorry. Wide long on. Deep mid wicket. Straight's the go.
First ball.
Let's hit that for 6.
6.
Dave Redden again, calling it as only he can. He thought Jack Dundas would go from ball 1, and that's exactly what he's done. They bought a wicket in the first ball down the leg side, but Dundas has just put that onto the concrete first ball. 6 for 128, 16.2 overs gone.
That ball's going to look like the Hume Highway soon. Dropped it short. Dundas pogoed him. Got what it deserved, to be honest. 128 for 6. Goes to sweep, and it'll just be the
Right to
single,
the
I think.
sweeper. That's out, I guess, the herring. That leg's still not right. He's still favouring it.
I'll say this now. It'll be interesting if Wallsend get him to the death where they've used Dundas in the innings. I suspect he may have come in too late, and they've brought in guys that are nerdlers and nudgers, and where they could have put Dundas. We'll have to wait and see. He's got 7 off 2 balls.
But in saying that, he's got a licence to go now.
Well, yeah, look, that's the other way of looking at it.
He might have been looked as throwing away his wicket doing that earlier too, so
That should be safe.
it is safe, and it should
be a double. He's got to run around his
should be
left.
2. Nah, just taking the safe option, the 1. But it's okay, getting Dundas back on strike, hitting with the wind here. Brackenbury can suck in the deep
gone
ones.
Twice to virtually the same spot.
He's hit that well.
And another chance dropped there. That was hard. That was
could
hit
get
like
2
a
here.
tracer bullet. Brackenbury's not interested.
Hit that well. If you're going to hit him in the air, hit him hard. Make him earn the catch. 6 for 130. 2 balls remaining in the 17th over. Oh, 1 ball remaining, apologies. 6 for 131. Brackenbury 82 off 42 deliveries.
Good call, Dundas. He wouldn't have got halfway down the pitch. 6 for 131 after 17 here in the Dennis Broad Cup final. Waratah Mayfield working hard. Wallsend. This is actually really well poised, this game. Still think Waratah is slightly in front. I'm not convinced that they have the same batting depth. I'm just not convinced. There's a lot rests on Ben Herring's shoulders, but we'll have to wait and see. Dan Saunders and David Redden here. We've been here calling since 12. It's been a lovely day. And thanks to NDCA for having us commentate. Dan, it's been a pleasure being alongside you again, my friend.
Same, Dave. Thanks for having me. Yeah, where else would you want to spend your Sunday?
To be quite frank, given the amount of sport that we've all missed and community sport and the way the world's been over the last
I'll just take being outside at present.
It's a privilege to be. It's a privilege to be here. To be
Very
honest with you.
much so.
Yeah. Our best wishes to everybody that's struggling with COVID at the moment. You take care, everyone. Look after yourself. Look after each other. Dundas gets a leg by away. Terry's got his left leg hand out there. I'm sure this will be a leg by. So this brings Brackenbury batting to Simmons bowling. Then Brackenbury's hitting downwind, and he still hasn't got the deep mid wicket. Should be an essential here. I don't care what the rest of the field is. He should have 3 on that leg side fence.
Could be the first position there.
At the telegraph pole. So back low's long on, but this mid wicket position, I'd bring another one across and go with a 4-5 and a 5 on the leg side.
Also, I think he's too square. Move him around. He hasn't really got anything back with a square.
Lovely shot, nice and straight. Just a little bit of slice. Played that one a bit of fade. Just a single. Again, Simmons getting the benefit of the correct length there.
Yep.
Erring on the full side and making him hit where he wants him to hit.
That's right. Without width, he has to hit straight.
And full as well.
And full, that's right. If he gives him any width, he's just been able to
well bowled Simmons.
Loosen up and have a swing.
Using the tram tracks outside off stump. Just watching on delay, I'm just seeing if he stepped outside leg stump. Yeah, cleared the hip away and Simmons picked that up. If Dundas is going to use that wind, he's got to hit inside out.
Bottom edge.
Another bottom edge. Simmons is bowled. Simmons is getting the ball outside off stump to Dundas. I reckon these two have played a bit of cricket against each other. And that was quite cleverly bowled. So
a good over so far by Simmons. I knew his last over started off similar. Just need to maintain that full length.
6 for 133. Lovely shot, beautiful Dundas. Shot. I wonder if that's got enough to go for 4.
Have to be awfully close.
It does. That's an authentic cover drive from Dundas.
Just punch that.
Yeah, it was a lovely shot. Simmons getting it full, but just a little bit of width, and Dundas cleared the hip away and played a lovely, authentic cover drive. 6 for 137 off 17.5. Dundas is 12 off 7. And if he gets this miss now, he's done a reasonable job because he's propelled the score along. He's got a 6 and a 4 in his short stay. Brackenbury's 83. Goes straight. One bounce to get off. Brackenbury might have been in some strife there.
There's an overthrow there.
Yeah, he's gone too far. He's too far gone.
Into the 18th over, Waratah Mayfield.
6 for 137. Simmons is finished, so we think it'll be Singh and Cooper to finish, don't we?
You would think so, unless they're going to introduce a 6th bowler. But at this stage of the innings, it could be quite a risk.
Now, Brackenbury's got strike to sing here.
2 overs. He's on 83 knot.
I wonder if
He's going to
He's
bring up his
entitled,
100. It's going to be an interesting couple, like an entertaining couple of overs.
he's entitled to think about himself here. I still think 150 is minimum. They've done very well. I think that's going to be a massive chase this afternoon, later on this evening.
Long on the fence, mid wicket on the fence, and they're not that far apart. That's a smart field because that's where he's been hitting. There's
He's
a square
also
leg
been
on the
slide
fence.
sweeping.
Yeah, there's a good man out there as well. There's a fine leg. There's 4 on the leg side fences.
Takes the single.
Take
There
that.
might be a double
There's
there.
2 there if they want it. No.
Oh, gee, if they'd have pushed pressure on, they'd have got 2. However,
Not
from
a
a team perspective,
Yeah,
this is a good result.
because Dundas is hitting with the wind.
Yeah,
and
and
it
he will
keeps-
go him. Yeah.
Oh, big time.
If the brain's in gear, it's a dart outside off stump and full, and that restricts his shots. Anything of length here, anything, and he'll go yard on him.
He needs to cannon these in at his pads. Stump side. Just like
Beautifully bowled,
Perfect.
excellent from Singh. And that wasn't a dart. That was what I call an orthodox full delivery. Let's see what he does now. Lovely shot, Dundas. He whipped his hands around like Mahendra Singh Dhoni there. Oh, that is brilliant from Simmons. He's fielded that superbly. Put his body on the line and stopped 2 runs. So
2 to Dundas.
double to Dundas, 140 is the score. He just doesn't want to give it too much air. It's going to go. Does it again. Lovely
That's
full
nice and full.
bowling. Really well bowled Singh. 2 balls to go on his spell. Up in the air. Don't think he's going to get that.
That'll be 1.
And Brackenbury's going to get the strike for the last ball. This has been a very good effort from Singh this over, to be honest with you.
He's brought it back 4 from the over. So needs to make sure he gets it right this last ball.
I think they'll be happy to give him the single here.
Well, he'll want the single 2 to be hitting with the wind in the 20th over.
And gets the single.
There it is.
So going into the last over, Brackenbury is 85. Dundas has done his job. He's 15. And they're 6 for 142 going to the last over. And we think it'll be Cooper. It will be. And for the young man, it's all about getting the length right. Every ball pretty much has to be at the crease.
Yeah,
And as we've discussed today, even the very low shin high or ankle high fully, he's a far better option. The minute he drops his length here, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
So now they've got 3 men on the leg side fence. At the moment they have. Herring's moving the field from deep mid. So that's a much better field because Herring's patrolling the fence. So they've got a long on, deep mid, deep backward square and square leg on the leg side. And then they've got...
The call that's come from 3rd man. Nothing short.
Have they got 3 men in? Oh, hang on a second. They've only got 3 blokes in. Am I reading that wrong? Is there a mid off?
2, 3,
Where's the
4,
4th man?
5.
They've got 6 out.
1,
They've got 6 out. That bloke got long off. He's he's outside the ring, isn't he?
5, 6.
They've got 6 out. I wonder if the
6.
umpires picked this up.
No, they haven't.
That's a no-y.
That's 6.
It's huge. That's a no ball.
Now, is
There's
that for
6.
the full toss or the
They
6
know it.
out?
And there's the no ball. I wonder if that's... Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that'll help his chances of getting his
I
100.
reckon. I just wonder if this is for 6 out. Or is it faced hopefully. So he's now 90 and he's got 6 more balls to go.
1, 2,
There's 6. It's long off. And there's 3 men on the leg side
3,
fence.
4,
There's 6 blokes out.
5.
And the long off.
Long off.
Here he comes down.
Comes up
Got
now.
it.
Yep. So they were on it.
Yep. Free hit, ladies and gentlemen. Dundas is... Oh, that might be 91 now. Actually, it is. He's
Yeah.
91. And misses. Cooper bowls that in the right spot, right at his pads.
been the story of the day with the free hits.
Not one of them.
Well, that 150 is on now.
Yeah.
5 balls remaining in the innings, 5 legal balls.
Can
Brackenbury
get
9
himself
runs
a
away
century?
from what would be a fantastic innings.
Oh, fantastic afternoon.
Yeah, 62 off
64 off 42.
42 on the first semi.
Well fielded.
Dundas going to come back.
Nah, Brackenbury's
Team first,
running
good
like
effort.
a crippled Red October at the moment.
And that's the 150 up.
Dundas,
116 balls.
he's got 4 to go. Dundas actually has to get Brackenbury the strike.
Yeah.
That's all he should be worrying about. Everybody's back on the ring. Just drop it at your feet, big man, and run. Easy singles here everywhere. Everybody's back on the ring, preventing boundaries. 150 is the score.
He's got that away well.
He only really wants 1.
Yeah, just the 1.
No, unselfish Brackenbury.
Well played.
Still 3 to go.
6 for 152. It's a very competitive total now. This is Waratah's game to lose, I guess.
Dundas's innings is becoming important.
Big time. 17 from 13. A bit fancy there.
Now he can't make the century. Unless there's an illegal delivery bowled and they change strike. So I don't agree with that, but anyway, that's life. This has been a terrific last over from Cooper.
Apart from that first ball mishap.
Uh-huh.
So 10 from the over with
right back
1
into
ball
it.
remaining. Final ball of the innings. 6 for 152.
Which I reckon has them in front. It's above par.
Cooper to Dundas.
Gone.
It's
Should be
going.
caught. And he takes the catch. Cooper ends up with 3 for 31, and after what started at that over, he finishes it off beautifully. Waratah end up 6 for 107 for 152 off 20 overs. Brackenbury a magnificent 92. Dundas 17. And there'll be a change of innings now. And Dan and I will have a short break, stretch the legs, and get some sunscreen on. That sun's starting to bear in on us from the right-hand side. And we'll catch up with you shortly, ladies and gentlemen, with Waratah making 152 and Wallsend when we come back, chasing 153 for the Dennis Broad Cup. See you soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the last part of what's been a fabulous day's cricket. A truncated day, but it's still been great cricket here. The Dennis Broad Cup finals being played here at Waratah Oval. Dan Saunders and David Redden here with you for the final stanza. Waratah chasing 153, Wallsend chasing 153 to win the Dennis Broad Cup. Ben Herring is going out with Umar Jovaid. Welcome back, Dan.
Thanks, Dave. Certainly in for an exciting run chase. Wallsend at 153. And Ben Herring certainly has form, as we've said a few times throughout this afternoon. 118 not out in their second pool game last Saturday, and a total of one for just over 200. So they're capable of chasing this total down, but a lot will rest in the hands of Ben Herring.
And Taylor, if form is right, will be going right around the wicket to start off. So they're going with spin again. They're sticking to what they believe in. Herring hitting, and Taylor has chosen to switch ends, bowling to right-handers. He started off at this end this morning at the railway end, and however this time he's bowling at the Georgetown or southern end, and Herring's hitting him into the wind. Let's see how he goes. What's going to unfold in the next 80 minutes or so? Short to start. Herring steps away outside leg stump and just manages to bunt it to cover. No run. Dundas is sitting at first slip here for Herring off Taylor. Same length, same area, same result. Dot ball. You wonder if they'll open with Radhakrishnan.
I think wisely they will. It worked well for him in the semi-final. And again, make Wallsend make the play, make them take the risks early. It's a gamble they're worth making. I think so. Worked really well for him in that semi-final. Well, you stick to what you know.
Short and gets it for 4.
Yeah.
Oh, is that not going to go, David?
Hasn't gone.
Just
wow.
didn't. And Herring, as we know, is pretty much running on one leg. And gets 2.
Bung knee. Interesting, he's trying to get inside out, hit everything through the offside.
And Taylor's dragged a couple of balls down. He hasn't bowled one full yet to him, Dan. Not one. That's a fuller length. He still tries and steps outside leg stump and cut it. It's
interesting, because there's no one out in that. Oh, there's one guy on the mid-wicket fence.
Yep.
Where's the other guy outside?
I think he's at long on, is he?
Long on. So I mean, there's plenty
Straight,
of...
yeah, there's a guy down the shade, down the back there. Oh, short again.
Oh, he's hit that hard and well, but that's just for one. I can understand trying to pierce the offside with no sweepers on the fence, but it's a packed field, and I don't think Taylor's giving him the room that he needs to be able to loosen up to be able to get a good clear cross bat at it.
Wallsend needs something from Javed today.
Wicket early, out first ball.
First ball, going for a cut shot with footwork like Heather Mills, and caught behind Given. And Waratah Wallsend a 1-4-3 at the end of the first over.
Where did that come from? Dave, read it.
You like that one, do you?
Oh, you may as well said footwork like a pogo stick. You're on fire. Some sharp keeping there again. Was that Kane Bradley?
Yeah.
Is he taking the gloves again for this Waratah team? I think the keeping all round's been the highlight of today.
Oh, yeah.
Kane Bradley, very
No,
good.
you'd have been 1,000,000 about saying that before today. What were your predictions? Oh, the highlight of the day is going to be the keeping. There was once an Arsenal player called Eduardo, and he had a shocking leg injury and came back after 18 months to play. He was playing against, I think it was against Chelsea or Tottenham when his first game back, and from the stands all year is, once he had the silky skills, now he runs like Heather Mills. Eduardo.
Oh,
Eduardo.
terrible.
Faber?
Pettigrew.
Can't be Pettigrew. That's Dundas, actually. Pettigrew plays for Wallsend, does he not?
Sorry, the new batsman's Pettigrew.
Pettigrew, yeah.
Oh, it's
Is
the end
that
of the
Jack
over.
Dundas? It is
Apologies.
Jack Dundas, yep.
Jack Dundas has the pill.
Kyle Faber will be very disappointed with me calling me Jack Dundas. Jack Dundas will also be disappointed.
So I was a little bit distracted. End of the first over,
Yeah.
1 for 3.
Okay.
Game on here in the final, the Dennis Broad Cup here at Waratah Oval. Tell you what, I'm going to work on the tan here this afternoon. It's quite warm.
It's glorious. Got the sunscreen on the face. Short and 4.
Got what it deserves.
This time, 4.
Okay, so Herring's shown he can hit him through the leg side as well. That warm-up ball got exactly what it deserved. Can't bowl there to most people at this level. Two sweepers are both on the leg side, long on and mid-wicket.
Just can't bowl short at this pace.
What a catch!
Oh, goodness
What
me.
a catch!
He has absolutely
Oh.
laced that, and he hasn't even left the crease yet.
Herring
oh, my
cannot
goodness.
believe it. We can't. The hands are still on the hips. Oh, you wouldn't hit your kids that hard. Christ, he smacked that. That's the catch of the day. Sorry, Rhythm, but your catch has been trumped. That is a cracker.
Game over.
And at 2 for 7, Wallsend in big trouble. The prize scalp of Ben Herring. 7 from 7. Christ, I'd like to see a replay of that.
He has laced that, ladies and gentlemen. He's hit that, as they say in cricket terms, when you listen to guys that commentate a lot, he's got that right in the screws. And gracious me, it went like a tracer bullet. And to be fair, it went straight to him, just to his right, I reckon. And he's taken a superb catch.
That was 4 for all money.
Yeah. The catcher was, well, you wouldn't believe it. What
Josh
a day is that.
Brackenbury.
Josh Brackenbury's taken an absolute...
You're 64 or 42 and you're 90 odd not out's not enough. You've taken the catch of the day. And
Jack Dundas, who reminds me a little bit of some of New Zealand's bowlers in the early 2000s.
like Chris Harris.
Chris Harris is the one that reminds me the most of him.
Shot.
Lovely shot.
That was the shot that Herring thought he played, except someone in the way of it. That was unbelievable. That's 2 to Singh. He's going to have a big job ahead of him now. They really need to galvanise here. They still need to score runs in this power play, but they can't afford to lose any more wickets. Kept low.
Did you... I'm just curious. That's not Singh on strike. That's Pettigrew.
Okay.
Did Singh actually come out at 3 and Pettigrew 4?
Well,
That's the only way that can have happened because they didn't change ends.
there might be another issue with the...
Well, they're changing it now. Yeah, so I reckon that at the fall of the first wicket, it was actually Singh, not Pettigrew, and that because that's definitely Josh Brady now. Singh's got a green helmet. Pettigrew's batting without. Dundas starting to hit his length beautifully now. And he ends up with 1 for 6 off his first. So, yep, that is definitely Josh Pettigrew on strike.
Okay.
Which means that Singh did come out at 3, not 4. It's come out at 3, not 4. So.
We'll put that down to the scorers.
Okay.
Wow, so 2 for 9 after 2 overs. Wallsend in trouble. Waratah in the box seat here in this final, the Dennis Broad Cup. I still can't believe that catch. I think that's just off camera, so they wouldn't have actually seen it.
No.
I think our reaction probably did it justice. Christ,
Yeah.
what a catch.
Yeah. Taylor again going right arm around.
Nice line. In at the body, don't give him any width.
Try and play him with the back foot if you can. Use your crease.
Good bowling. He's bowling to his field.
Pettigrew's got the levers to go over the top. I'm not sure that Singh does. Singh needs to get Pettigrew the strike. Short. Lovely shot.
Pierce the field. That
Singh.
should go all the way.
It's into the wind and goes. Good call. Yeah, it is the shorter boundary over there.
Yeah.
Lovely shot, Singh. Taylor going short and outside leg stump and getting the treatment. Two for 13 after 15 balls.
Gee, that was a good catch.
Uh-huh.
That's amazing. Still, yeah. Wow.
Short. That is a lovely back
Great
foot
shot.
punch.
That's running away. Is it going to get there?
No.
It's pulled up. Timed it well.
Lovely shot.
Long boundary out there.
Yes.
To the covers.
So Dundas comes out of slip.
Waratah and their brand new LTP outfits, I should mention, Dave. Sorry to cut you off.
Two short covers here with a man behind them is putting them in the ring. Fascinating field. Lovely length there from Taylor, and Singh defends back down the pitch cautiously. So two short covers in a T20 game. Fascinating. Oh, you've got to be kidding. And he drops he hits it straight down. You would not believe that. Oh, my goodness me. Two short covers and he's hit it straight down the throat of one and he drops it. Unremarkable.
Safe four.
My goodness.
I'll give him that. He's safe four because he hit it pretty well. 2 for 15 at the end of 3. Singh 6, Pettigrew 2.
Mikey Taylor should have 2 for. That's another matter. Pettigrew will take strike. Here comes Radhakrishnan. And I would suggest you that Josh Pettigrew will try and go down towards us. Where Lockie Taylor's coming down under the fence, Pettigrew is going to use those long levers and try and go him straight here. So he's going with mid-off, cover, point, backward point. Then a long on in front of us, mid-wicket, forward square, deep mid-wicket, and a 45-degree inside the ring. Radhakrishnan to Pettigrew.
Bowled from the other end.
And that's a wide.
Leg side rules back on.
Uh-huh. Correct decision in my opinion. Pettigrew goes hard. And the sweeper's in the exact right position. Singh looking like he's very capable with horizontal bat shots and shot square of the wicket. Radhakrishnan bowled beautifully this morning in tandem with Taylor. Short. Singh gets a single away. Slightly lucky there. Couldn't get any elevation. He was trying to hoik that over backward square, 1 or 2 bounces in the fence. World's loudest reversing trains going past us. Pettigrew facing Radhakrishnan. Bouncing over, I reckon. Pettigrew misses a pull shot. Sure, this has hit him at the top of the pad.
Yeah, it's a bit high.
Yeah, the height was the big question there. I think you would have seen a green light in the end. Fuller.
Oh, he's had a
still goes whack.
Timed it.
Yeah, gets the single. Field in all on the right spaces at the moment. I'm surprised that Pettigrew hasn't tried to go straight yet. He's got all square and across the line. Radhakrishnan's got to get full. Singh doesn't look like he's got as many powerful shots with driving. Short again.
Straight to
got lucky. Dundas gets the ball back to Radhakrishnan. Radhakrishnan's got to get his length right. Again short.
Yeah, but he's cramping him up for room. He's not getting a good free swing at it. They're coming back for 2. An easy 2 in the end. Direct hit. Zingers are going again.
2 for 21 off 4 overs. And now, I reckon that if it's going to go with the way they went this morning, Faber will come on to replace Taylor. And that's exactly what's happening. It looks like Faber's coming on to bowl Meds.
He bowled really well too.
He bowled intelligently.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Pettigrew is lining up straight hitting here, especially with the medium pacer.
So run rate just over 5 and over. Don't want this run rate required to get too far out of their reach too soon. Still 2 overs left in the power play. Interesting that
Puts the sweeper back at point.
going back to the fence.
And where is there someone on the fence on the leg side? No, there's not.
This guy at mid wicket's got to be outside the ring, surely.
No, he's not.
It's deep. That's a great shot.
Oh, there's
a
the
long
long
on.
on.
It was 4 for all money off the bat, but that long on sweep has gone round there to a wide mid wicket. Bring that in 2 runs to Pettigrew. Takes him to 6 from 8 deliveries.
The cover's going to have to come in if he's going too deep on the leg side.
Mid wicket's now going back to the fence.
And sweeper comes in on the offside to the ring. Taylor's going to duck across the other side of the wicket, probably going to a shortish mid on, is he? Or no? He's going to stay at that short cover position. Mid wicket comes a lot straighter, and the man that's just gone to the fence gets pulled square at pretty much a traditional cow position.
So there's no one
in front of the advertising.
There's no one after mid wicket.
No,
there's a backward square inside. Yeah, or maybe 45. Yeah.
That's why I reckon Pettigrew has been lining up, is that straight hit. Gets a single. Faber took the pace off that one though. There's one thing today that I found a little bit surprising about the bowling is that they haven't varied their pace. The Meds, they tend to bowl the similar pace most of the day. There hasn't been too many cutters.
Leg side. Hey,
Wide called. You watching, Jack?
Faber will bowl that one again. Let's come back. Punched out to point, no run.
I'll tell you what, Singh's not a bad cricketer. He's a handy fieldsman, handy bowler, and he looks like he's got a lovely technique to bat.
Good set
especially
of hands
square,
too.
yeah.
Caught really well. 2 good catches. One was a really good catch. You had the catch of the day till 20 minutes ago.
Short.
Sweeper
Straight
out
to
there.
the fieldsman. And again, Faber took the pace off that one as well. Well, he's bowling with an off-spinner's motion. He hasn't bowled one at the back of the hand yet, but he's biting his fingers down the side of the ball. 26 is the score.
Oh,
That is a nice shot straight down the long on for a single who's very straight.
bowling to his field well, Faber.
He has.
This makes it difficult for these run chasers when the boundaries are few and far between.
Yeah.
Only 2 boundaries in this power play so far.
Pettigrew's got a scoot and does. Nice punch from Singh there for no runs. And that's the over. 2 for 27 after 5. They're behind the run rate already. And who will bowl the last over the power play? Don't think it'll be Dundas. I'd be surprised. I reckon Radhakrishnan will come back on, won't he?
I would suggest Radhakrishnan would go again.
Well, he's walking away. He's over here on our left.
Okay, no, another bowler. Bowling
Change.
change.
Yeah.
Interesting tactics. This is their 5th bowler used in 6 overs.
Their tactics have worked today.
Yeah, look, can't fault what they're doing.
Jacob Hill as the bowler. Hill bowling to Pettigrew. Oh, that's lovely.
Got onto
He's
that, nice.
whacked that. Lovely pull shot.
Into the fence for 4.
Yeah.
Nice confident shot that. Was
Yeah, oh, wow.
again, it was
It
short.
was a half tracker
Got what it deserved.
at half rat power. And
Any of the batters have been able to loose and get their wind up have gotten good value for their shots today. A loosen up ball there by Hill. Pettigrew, enjoy that. Another field change already. So he's going onto the edge of the ring there at square leg. 5 on the leg side. Oh,
That's
nice
a
shot.
very
That's
good
beaten
shot.
that short fine leg. Is it going to run away down the hill?
1.
Big slide put in. I think he's actually hit the fence.
That is 4, correct. Good call. He touched the ball with his feet on the fence. That is 4 runs.
Specsavers sponsorships paying off dividends.
Pettigrew consecutive boundaries off the first 2 balls from Jacob Hill.
Certainly
See if
helps
you-
things along.
Yeah. See if he pushes for a single, plays smart cricket, or keeps going.
Beautiful shot. There's
Yeah.
definite one. Will they come back on the arm?
The mid-off's come across.
Nah.
Radhakrishnan was quick out the blocks. Very good cricket, Pettigrew, 9 off 3, so they've got their quota.
Just I tried to get in before, but just wanted to give a shout out LTP. They're the sponsors of the
Do that?
uniforms that the Waratah Mayfield District Cricket Club are wearing. Very sharp. So LTP, great job there.
Should be a leg by. Has Graham got his hand out yet? Can't see. He has. Leg by.
Leg by. They're providers of sporting apparel and equipment.
LTP.
Pettigrew.
I don't think
Back
he's
on
finished
strike.
this over. I think he fancies Jacob Hill's morsels.
Oh, he's hit that well.
That's
He's
4.
split the gap.
This is a big over from Pettigrew.
One bounce over the fence. Great shot there by Pettigrew. This becoming a very expensive over. What's that? 14 from with the ball remaining.
Should be an odd number, shouldn't it? 1-1. No, it's easy even because there's been the leg by. That's
yeah.
right. Yep. I don't reckon he's finished. I reckon he's going to line up again and go him again here.
Look, mate, if he doesn't, if it's there.
Gets the leg by. No, he doesn't.
Back.
Good call, Singh.
It could be, no.
Just a few rough edges around the fielding at the moment. That's a very good over. In the last over of the power play, Pettigrew puts the foot down. Pettigrew's 21 off 14, good figures. Singh's 10 off 13. And at the end of the power play, Wallsend are 2 for 41, chasing 154.
Well, that looks a lot better for
153,
him
sorry.
in this run chase. I think from memory, Waratah were 52.
Sounds about
At
right.
the end of
Yeah,
their
we
6,
said
I think
that
they just-
you said that your point was they'd got to 50
Just crept across
in the
50,
6 overs.
yeah.
That's right.
So they're maybe 10 off the pace. 2 wickets down. They
Ta-
can ill afford. This pair really need to consolidate now to 12, 13 overs. So they can at least go at a run a ball for the next 5 or 6 overs.
They need to be there and after 10.
Yeah.
And Taylor's coming back onto bowl with more protection now.
But Pettigrew's got himself set now. 21 off 15. If Singh can just keep rotating the strike. Let's keep this scoreboard churning along and keep him in the fight.
That's a very good mark. That centre half back. That's an excellent catch. And
Yep,
Si-
the Sharon's been taken there.
Yeah, absolutely. Could have been Jacob Hill, actually. And Taylor gets his second wicket. He should have 3. After a reasonably simple catch was missed off Singh. So Singh out for 10 off 14 rocks. Ball's in 2 for 41. 3 for 41.
Singh dismissed for 10 from 14 deliveries. That's a great catch, wasn't it? It's hands up, high and above the head.
I wonder if this is Lennox or Varoxis. We'll find out in a sec. Was Jacob Hill that took the catch. It is Jason Varoxis on strike. Was there a slight victory there, was there? With that one? Okay.
Well, Varoxis need to be as sharp with the bat as he has been with the gloves today to help Wallsend through this next phase. We just said how they need to consolidate, and the curse, wicket next ball. Play that away back with a square for 1. I guess a big responsibility here for Pettigrew. Got a great effort with the ball in this final.
3 for 17 off 4 and included a last ball 6 from a ramp at Brackenbury. So everything he's done so far has been to the leg side. As accordingly, they've got a 3 deep set on the leg side. He's got any single he wants on the leg side. What does he do?
Delicate.
Tries to go with delicacy and gets it off the gloves and splice. Dot ball. Taylor 2 for 10 in his third, bowling beautifully. There's a big shot coming soon, I'd suggest.
Ooh, just found it.
Inside, gets it outside edge. And
that was lucky. That could have gone straight to hand.
Oh, yeah.
Spewed out there between point and cover. Did you say spewed out?
You can. You can say whatever you like, sir.
No, I can't.
Fair enough.
On this Halloween edition of Dennis
Pettigrew's
World
on the
Cup
back
Finals.
foot here.
Ooh. Zing was off early. I think the keeper might have bumped the bails off.
That's possible.
I think that Zing was...
Pettigrew's delayed. He was on the back foot and had to hurdle. And in fact, the bails didn't come off at all. That's fascinating. The stump.
Yeah, the stump zinging.
The stump zinging and the bails didn't come off, so he can't be out of the bail. They come off.
Heat activated, maybe. That's interesting, eh?
3 for 44 off 7.
Excuse me.
So much responsibility here.
How good this spell of Taylor? 3 overs, 2 for 12. And he bowled in the guts of that power play.
He did. Looks like Faber again. Economical run up. Three for 44. Need 109 off 13. Oh, fully. Now, what's he got on that? Leg buys or bat? I can't tell. It's 5 wides. That is 5 wides, and that's not what you need first ball and over.
Wallsend will be saying they needed it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
5
See, the
gimme
thing is,
runs.
when you get 5 wides early, now you can knock them around for 1s and 2s, not take any risks, and get your quota.
You become an 11, 12 run over with no risk.
Correct. Lovely shot. There should be a double there. He's got that to the ring. Pettigrew's got to go, and he'll do it comfortably.
Excellent running, smart cricket. That's 7 off.
Like watching Incentiviser Caulfield, Dan. That was comfortable and effortless.
Just like I think it will be on Tuesday too, just quietly.
That horse is a sensational animal. Really is. Simple as that, my friend. He's sensational. Varoxis gets a short ball, plays the pull shot to one of the sweepers. Is he going for 2? Yeah, that's the deeper boundary.
Yeah, no, he'll make that easy. Another 2.
It's an interesting one there. Would you consider having those men 12 to 15 yards off to make that not an easy 2? Because that was easy. And that's the biggest boundary in the ground at the moment.
Varoxis hasn't shown yet that he's a big hitter of the ball.
No,
so it's probably
Pettigrew,
worth that risk.
Yeah.
Pettigrew, you need them back.
Correct. Another short one. Just a Dundas who goes with the reverse Bartolo Colon flick behind the back. And they get a single. Pettigrew on strike. Does he take on these men down in front of us in the boundary again?
Well, I think if it's in his area, he will.
Goes the Mo, just gets it to Dundas.
So there's not much in the offside part of the playbook.
Bit crampy in that right leg is Joshua.
Understandable, buddies. He's had a big day with the ball. 2 games of cricket. A lot of Wallsend's hopes rest on him.
That's good. That is miles. Look out, cars. That's massive. Absolutely pogos that over deep mid-wicket.
And I would suggest Pettigrew will have a go at Mr. Faber should the ball be in his areas.
We're discussing that, to be fair.
Great stroke, and it was clean.
Very.
Intent and up on the hill here at Waratah Oval, just to the left of the grandstand.
What they call in baseball a no-doubter, Dan.
No doubter. Well, I'm not sure having three... Oh, okay, he's just coming to get the ball. I thought they might have been sending him out to fetch balls as well.
Pettigrew, 28 off 19, keeping things interesting.
And again, 16 from the over with 1 ball remaining.
And that 5 wides, will he go again or take a single?
Oh, that
takes
low.
The single. It did keep low and it played it well.
That's a big over for Wallsend. 17 from, 3 for 61 off 8, and all of a sudden
they're back on track.
They're striking at, or basically the run rate they need. I think it was 7.7 at the start of the innings was the run rate required. They're currently going at pretty much that. They're just a smidge under 8 and over.
Taylor's going away, so it's a change of bowler.
So they're going to save an over for Taylor.
Bradley's got the helmet on. This would lead me to think that's Waratah Krishnan. It is. Excuse me. The Waratah Krishnan to bowl to Pettigrew with 3 deep on the leg side, all in his hitting zones.
He's hitting into the wind though.
He is. He's got to go straight to hit with the wind.
Smart cricket.
That boundary's not nearly as long. Taylor out the blocks quickly, and it's a single. Yeah, that is smart cricket. It's fascinating. T20 is the momentum swings are so rapid. Tests and one day is tests are totally different.
No, you're right. It's like literally every ball can swing a game at this level.
That's right. Short. Oh, Veroxis will be filthy with himself.
Oh, gone back.
Like watching Graham Wood and Rick Darling, that was.
Graham Wood, Graham won't, Graham Wood, Graham won't.
Oh, don't start.
Graham Wood ran out his own grandmother, I believe, once in a game of backyard cricket on Christmas Day. Good running, that's smart cricket. They need to be taking a runner ball where they can and then putting the bad ball away.
Yes.
Just that low risk, high percentage plays. So you don't want to put as little pressure on the batsman to come as possible. It's hard enough for the pressure being a final. Batting second. Pettigrew back on strike. Ooh. Direct hit could be a problem.
Well run, Veroxis. It's a rare offside shot for Pettigrew in this excellent 30-run innings. Most of his run-scoring shots have been on the leg side. Waratah Krishnan getting his length a bit better this over. Veroxis, who's been quite strong on the pull shot in this brief innings of 8 of his.
Good partnership, 23 so far.
Short again. Veroxis does get a pass the
fieldsman. Should be 2 there. That should be an easy 2. It's coming back.
Good running.
Veroxis going just better than a runner ball, 10 from 9. 3 for 66, 1 ball remaining in the 9th over.
Waratah Krishnan going around the wicket for his last ball of his second over. Veroxis not worrying with the side screen. Plays the cut shot, gets a bit of spin on it, and that should be over. Not a bad over from Waratah Krishnan.
9 overs down, 3 for 66. So what's that, 54 and 53. 34 and 53. 87 runs required, 11 overs. So we're on 8 runs and overs the required run rate.
They really need another. Is this Cunningham who bowled the left armers this morning? Brendan Cunningham?
Very well could be. I think this run chase is evenly poised, Dave Redden.
Oh, I think they're 10 runs behind. And they need another super over from Pettigrew soon. 8 and over is hard over a long period of time.
True.
So, now, Cunningham did, when he got it right this morning, he ended up bowling very full.
When he got it right.
When he got it right.
He needs to make sure he gets it right from the start here, because Pettigrew especially.
He can't bowl short to Pettigrew, that's the problem. The first one's a fully.
There could be 2 there. It hasn't gotten to the... There will be 2 there. That's well ran. Verox is coming back to the...
Just waiting to see if this is a no ball. It must be close. Wow.
Tell me my
close.
cricket's frozen again.
He's asking Terry Collins, and Terry Collins has said no. Now, umpire's made his decision. We'll get on with it. 3 for 68.
That's short. Through the offside.
Can he get it through? He
Well
can't.
fielded.
Yes, very well done. Single Pettigrew, 3 for 69. Pettigrew's 34. A lovely innings so far. And Jason Veroxis is 10.
Nice shot.
Does his job.
It's the easy one. Gets Pettigrew back on strike. Veroxis is playing a good support role here. 3 for 70.
This is where it's hard for these bowlers because they've had a few hours off now. And Cunningham's looking a little bit stiff and sore, even though he's only had a couple of overs. He's certainly not bounding in as he did earlier today. Can he execute his length to Pettigrew?
Oh, it's in his area. Beaten the short mid wicket. It's just one run though. Hit it too well.
And the length was pretty close to good.
Yeah. But he's intense there. If he's a remote chance of going after it, he's going to have a go.
He really doesn't have a choice. Veroxis doesn't look like he's going to hit many boundaries, to be truthful.
Right, as long as he can keep rotating that strike without using up too many dots.
Yeah, and get the the occasional 2 as well, Dan.
That's a lovely cricket shot.
Another drop chance. Geez, they've dropped a few.
Hit it well, but I'd probably...
Player of Lachlan Taylor standard, he should be gobbling those up.
Should have caught,
with respect, he can play. Three for 71. That's a wide.
That hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
A drop
does.
catch and now an extra ball to give me a run. Hasn't been a bad over from Cunningham. 6 from. Could have been a lot better if that catch was taken there at short mid wicket. Just hope this extra ball doesn't come back to hurt Waratah Mayfield. They really don't want to give up a boundary now. Wallsend could really help themselves here with a boundary. It's short. Just punch that down the ground. It's just interested in the single.
That's a pretty good over from Cunningham. 7 off despite the wide. 3 for 73 after 10. So they're halfway through.
80 required.
80 required. So as I said, I reckon they're 10 runs behind. But they are right in this up to their teeth.
Look, it's anyone's game at present. Yeah, advantage Waratah. But with Pettigrew set, Veroxis showing he can play a supporting role. Just another good, solid 14, 16 run over. Game changes.
Yep.
And their bowling tactics are going to, fielding tactics especially, but their change of bowlers will be very important, very critical in the next 4 or 5 overs. So there's Waratah Christian on again, bowling his 3rd over. It's just been punched by Veroxis out to deep mid wicket for a single, which gets Pettigrew back on strike. 35 off 25, and he's the one that looks most likely to try and wrestle this game back in Wallsend's favour.
He goes back over the wicket to Pettigrew. Goes with a mow. Might be 4.
That's 4. It's cannon into the fence, into the sponsorship boards out there at mid wicket.
It was a mow, but it was effective.
Sounded nice. I actually missed the stroke. 3 for 78. So 5 runs off the first 2 balls of this over, and could be the makings of what we were just talking about, Dave. A double figure over would be really what the doctor ordered for Wallsend at present. It's a fuller ball, which he's just punched down the ground. Just taken the easy single. 3 for 79. This day just keeps getting nicer as it goes on, doesn't it?
It's warm. Well, the breeze has gone away, yeah. It's a glorious day. 6 off the first 3 here. Veroxis is after more singles, I reckon.
Oh,
doesn't get one, hits it straight back to the bowler. It was an authentic cricket shot too.
That went up above the eye line on that one, tossed
dear.
it right up. But he played it smart, he didn't lose his cool.
Just looking at Waratah Christian's action, the thing that I would, as he gets a bit older and stronger, is the rotations he gets on the ball. Perhaps could put a little bit more with his shoulder. But he's done a good job today. He's got a lovely action. It's to the eye, it's athletic and bounding and gets in there. But he could go through the crease and perhaps get a bit more revs on it.
That's 7 runs from the over, 1 ball remaining. 3 for 80.
Target. Yep.
What will Pettigrew do here? He'll just take the easy single.
They're looking for 2 because they've got it to the ring.
No.
And good call, Varoxis. Smart cricket. So that's pretty much what they need to do, 8. And they haven't. And Pettigrew hit the one gap he had on the leg side with a safe shot. So very well played. 3 for 80 off 11. Dan.
8 from the over, so that's the run rate they require. Pettigrew maintains the strike, and he'll be hitting with the breeze.
And he's got Dundas. Here we go.
This could be an interesting over.
Yep. Jack's got to be really smart and bowl everything full just out of stump. Pettigrew's hardly hit any runs outside off stump. If he drops short, look out. He must get his length right.
Nice full ball. Well, you said that too well. That'll be a single.
Absolutely perfect length.
Yep. Might have his earpiece in listening to the Frog Box commentary of Dave Redden.
I prefer him listen to Dan Saunders. He'd make more sense.
Oh,
that's a wide. They're wides plural, I think, unless he's got a feather of some kind. Just waiting on Graham here. It's 1 run. It's a leg by. Yeah, off the pad. Got away with 1 there.
Pettigrew back on strike. We've got 3 on the fence out here to cover that strength of Pettigrew. Square leg on the fence, mid wicket on the fence, long on the fence. Also deep long off.
If he drops short, don't be surprised to see Pettigrew go to backward square leg if he can get it around there. If he drops short.
Oh,
that's hit the fieldsman.
I think it's hit the batsman, hasn't it?
It has. It's hit Varoxis in the back.
Oh.
Theoretically, not in the spirit of things, you're normally not supposed to run.
Oh, considering it should have been 4 if it didn't hit him, I think 1's okay.
I don't think there would have been a boundary.
No, you're probably right. Hit it pretty snug, but we'll have a bruise.
Oh, lovely shot for 1. Elegant, actually.
Oh, that's great. Scoring off each ball.
They are, but there's no boundary, so they've got 4 runs of 4 balls this over, 3 to the bowler. 1 leg by. Pettigrew will need a boundary, I'd reckon.
He's the boundary hitter. 4 4s and a 6 thus far. Varoxis content to rotate the stride.
Lovely bowling, Dundas. Got to go, Varoxis. Hits direct, and umpire Collins in perfect position, of course. Josh Pettigrew now 44. He's batted beautifully. Geez, Varoxis just got his bat down just at the death there.
We're looking like down the ground. We're looking at what you're seeing on the screen. I thought a direct hit might have done the job, but he's got some wheels on him, Varoxis, to get home there.
Dundas has got 1 more ball to get through. A very good over. He's had 4 singles and a leg by this over. He's done an excellent job. And Varoxis isn't a boundary hitter. So let's see how he goes about it. That might be out. Straight down his throat. Oh, he's dropped an absolute sitter. That's actually hit his head, I reckon.
Yep.
I reckon that's hit his head. I wonder if it's cut him.
Is it the ball? He hasn't hit the brickwork down there, has he?
No, it's falconed him.
Oh, okay.
Straight through the hands, I reckon. Just hope he's okay. 2 runs there to Varoxis to finish the innings. And that's 7 off that over. So they're keeping quotient. Varoxis taking risks and getting away with it. And for Wallsend's sake, Josh Pettigrew keeps the strike.
And he does.
Any printable and messages coming through in the last 15, 20 minutes, sir? Any printable ones?
I think we've had our great administrator mention that I think it might have been when Mr. Pettigrew was cramping up.
Yeah.
He's a personal trainer, and he's bowled significant
Lovely
overs today,
shot.
so that would make sense.
That is a superb shot.
He's in great form with the bat, takes himself off to 48. Taylor bowling his last over. Thanks, Jack, for the update
So
there.
Pettigrew's a personal trainer, and he's been.
I assume that's who he's referring to.
Yeah, he said he had a busy day yesterday, did he?
Well, a busy day today too. He's bowled.
Yeah, he has.
Bowled in 2 games and 48 not off 32.
Not complaining, me having cramps. These things happen.
Going great guns.
Oh, fully.
Oh, is there anyone there?
Yeah,
There's
there is.
a guy there. One bounce to deep long on. Pettigrew to 49. Total 3 for 93, and we're getting that part of the game where an error either way can cost the team dearly. Varoxis on strike. He's hit that very well.
Oh, they've dropped one. No, Pettigrew could, because of the shortness of that boundary, you can get away with a fumble.
Yeah, Varoxis is sort of starting to step up the tempo, looking to look for those boundaries.
6 off 3 this over. Pettigrew on 49. Let's hope he can get his 50. He's been superb
Certainly
today.
deserves one.
He does. That might be 6, is it?
That's a great shot. That's 6, and that's
50.
Pettigrew's 50. 55 off 34 deliveries. That brings up the 100 for Wallsend. What a stylish way to do it. Hitting into the breeze. It's a slight breeze, but still hitting into it.
Wow. Game on.
All of a sudden, 53 off 7.2. What's that? 53 off 44. That's very doable. 3 wickets down. This is anybody's final. Dennis Broad Cup. Nice short ball there. Pettigrew's put that away out to mid-wicket. Will they come back for 2? They are coming.
What an over
bad
this is
throw.
been.
There's 2 backed up. And again, we said they need one of these 14, 16 run overs.
They've
There's
got it.
14 from with a ball remaining.
And they've got it. See if the head's in gear here. What he needs is a single on that leg side. There's more room than the sandy desert out there. So all he's got to do is just punch a single. And he gets it with an elegant dab to backward point. That is an excellent over for Wallsend. They're now 3 for 103. And Taylor is finished. Could you tell me how many overs Waratah Christian's got? I think he might have one left.
Waratah Christian's bowled 3 overs, no wicket for 19. Just Pettigrew's half century. Brought up in 44 minutes, 5 fours, 2 sixes, 34 deliveries. A fantastic knock, and 50 more required, 7 overs. So we're just at 7 and over plus change. Dundas looks like he's going again. Pettigrew on strike. Easy hit that. Very confident.
He's hit that wide. That's an easy 2.
Yeah, coming back. Great running.
And quietly, Varoxis is doing a very good support act here because he's now scoring virtually off every ball.
Well, he's batting at 90 a strike rate, which is just what the doctor ordered.
That's satisfactory.
Very much so. Dundas to Pettigrew. Push that to mid-wicket, no run.
They've got their lengths a bit better to Pettigrew, the medium pacers have. They've stopped bowling short, and he's hardly hit a square horizontal bat shot in the last 25 minutes.
Well, he's had a crack
All
at
of a
that.
sudden,
It's gone backward a square. There'll be 2 here for sure.
Should be 2.
Definite 2. Good flat throw in, but that's a safe 2. Pettigrew on to 62, total to 107. This partnership's 66 now, Dave Redden.
What a game we have on here. It would be great to see these 2 continue on. And Waratah's got to come up with an answer soon. Dundas to Pettigrew.
Oh.
As a Mo, gets away with it. And that ball actually didn't bounce. That kept really low.
Chatter starting to pick up out here in the field. Waratah realise it's game on here. Yep, big passage of play coming up. Smart cricket. Tuck that round the corner for 1.
And they're not in a hurry.
Conserve the energy. 1 ball remaining in the over. Varoxis will be on strike.
Dundas has gone for 17 off almost 3 overs. He's been tidy. You know, that sort of a run chase, that's in context. That's not a bad effort.
They're going at 7.5 and over, and he's gone for less than 6 and over, so he's more than done his job.
Correct.
Ooh,
that was a lot sharper.
Yep.
Varoxis had a mow, and that's an excellent over. But they keep their wickets. 108 for 3 of 14 overs. 45 off 6 by me. Is that right? Or 7?
45 runs, 6 overs.
Yeah, 45 off 36.
So 7.5 and over is the run rate required.
Yep. Changing bowler. Might be Faber. Don't know what the umpires are discussing here. I think there's a substitute fieldsman. You know the fieldsman that got the Falcon? He got Falcon. Yeah, I reckon he's going to cut.
You can see he's been seen to over there.
He is, yep.
It's touching his face.
So the umpires would be making a note, I'm assuming. Now, if that's an external injury, I reckon he can come straight back on. Because if it's a cut and they can see the injury, there's no penalty for being off the field. You know what I mean? For bowling.
I'm just wondering if it is one of their bowlers.
Well, it's not Taylor. No, it's not. By the bowlers that we've seen, Faber's got 2 left. Radhakrishna's got 1. So Dundas has got 1. Cunningham's got a couple. Cunningham's to bowl shortly.
So this is Faber about to go again to Pettigrew.
Where does Josh go? Mid-wickets come into the ring. Pettigrew pushes that down for a single.
Well, there is still a mid-wicket on the
Yeah,
fence.
and there's also a mid-wicket in the ring as well. He's straighter than him. Yeah, over near the advertising hoardings.
No one on the there's a square leg on the fence.
There's a square
too.
leg, but there's no one at fine leg, so he's got a bowl outside of stump. Varoxis does his job.
Yep. Smart batting here. Very smart batting.
Partnership must be towards 70 now.
41, 69.
Short. And he's actually deliberately bowled a slow ball bouncer there, taking the pace of it. And
a lot the way Pettigrew kept it down though.
Yeah, he did. But that was the result he was after with that ball. He wanted him to play a horizontal bat shot out this area, and he got what he wanted. Just the single, 3 for 111. Lovely shot for Roxas. They're looking for 2 this time. They are not. Shorter boundary. So Faber will be pleased. He's got away with 4 singles this over. Dan?
Yeah, well, with the run rate up to 7.5, run a ball, they'll win the game. So you just got to keep bowling that full and straight line and give them no width and certainly nothing short. Nice full ball, straight. All they can do is hit it for a single. Smart bowling.
And he's definitely taking the pace off these. He's definitely trying to bowl cutters and get a little bit of grip on that pitch.
And it's been a wicket for that all day.
It has.
Last ball of the 15th over.
Fully.
Toss. Varoxis has
That will be out.
Straight to cover.
And they did that.
72-run partnership has come to an end. Jason Varoxis, 20 from 24. But Pettigrew does keep the strike. And more importantly, this breeze has just picked up, so he'll be hitting with this significant breeze should he choose to take on the bowling from this northern end. 4 for 113. His quotient is quite simple. Wallsend require 40 runs for victory. Waratah require 6 wickets. Would it contain Wallsend's run scoring? So it's 8 and over is the required run rate. Great over there from Faber, a wicket and 5 runs. So that's just brought the arm wrestle back in Waratah's favour. New batsman coming to the crease, left-handed batsman.
Russell Young.
Russell Young. Josh Pettigrew was 66 off 44. Dundas looks like he'll be bowling his final over now. It's a bit short.
That's 6.
He's hit that well.
Oh, is he going to be caught?
No, it's going to bounce at
4
4 runs.
just.
One bounce
Already
into
got enough of
the
it.
fence out there.
And again, that's exactly what you want, is the first ball boundary. It opens up the rest of the over. And that's for the first time that Dundas has dropped short in this evening's set.
4 for 117. Pettigrew on to 70 with only 45 deliveries. It's a bit fuller. He's hit that well.
That might be trouble. That might be trouble.
That's
6.
That's gone into the fence on the full off the fielder.
Bit lucky. The fieldsman lost his bearings as to where the fence was.
This is a great start to the over for Wallsend. 10 from 2. That was unlucky. The long on fielder got one hand to it. It was a tough effort. Unfortunately, they knocked it into the fence for 6. Pettigrew on to 76. The score's 4 for 123. All of a sudden, it's 30 off 28.
Lovely
Smart
shot.
cricket. There'll be at least 2 there.
Easy
This is
2.
great batting by Pettigrew.
So that's 12 off 3. And all of a sudden,
Doesn't
wow.
that, as we said, one of those 12, 14, 16 run overs can turn this game, and all of a sudden, I mean, you'd probably like to be on Wallsend.
Dundas has changed to bowling right arm around here. Pretty much gives Pettigrew an opportunity to go behind square if he wants to.
Great ball.
Was a
Fall into the block
beauty.
hole.
Perfect length, that was. 4 for 125. Goes the Mo and gets away with it.
Might be just 1 there, I think.
13 off the over so far. And Young to face his first ball.
And a left-hander too.
And probably the best result here is a 0, a 0 or a 2 to keep Pettigrew on strike.
Yeah.
They don't need the single to be necessary. They've got more than enough runs this over. They've got 25 balls to get 27, which is a remarkable comeback. Based on the back. We've seen a couple of good knocks today. Brackenbury and now Pettigrew, but he hasn't finished yet. Wallsend have got to keep their composure.
He needs to be there at the end if they're going to win this game.
Agreed. And that's a good result.
Dundas' spell finished. 1 for 30 from 4. Not a bad effort.
Reasonable. That last over cost him, unfortunately. So Dundas is done. Taylor is done. Is Faber got it? Must have 1 left, does he?
Faber has 1 over left.
So just to give you the summation of the match, Wallsend need 27 off 4 overs. So 27 off 24. Josh Pettigrew to face Faber, who bowled a lot of slower balls into the pitch last over and made him hit to the leg side.
So Hill and Cunningham have bowled 1 over each.
Cunningham's not going to get to bowl his overs.
Faber and
Just wondering if that was him that got
Waratah
injured.
Christian have 1 over left each. So Faber bowling the 17th.
Which means that Cunningham's got to bowl 18.
Cunningham or Hill.
Oh, that's right. I've forgot about Jacob Hill. Yeah.
There's 2 overs got to be bowled between those two as sharing the 5th bowling duties. This could
Waratah Christian's got 1, hasn't he?
Waratah Christian has 1 left as well. I think he'll bowl.
I don't think he bowled the last over though.
I think he needs to bowl the next over. Oh, he's hit that well.
Pettigrew looks to me like he's setting himself to be there. Young's just got to get back to ball now.
Well, actually, if Waratah Christian bowls the 18th, Hill and Cunningham will have to bowl
finish.
1 each. So
That's
one
right.
of those will bowl the 18th and
I would
probably
think
20th.
so. I would think so. And Waratah Krishna bowl 19.
Yep.
Would be what I'd do.
Okay, so Young on strike. All he needs to do is push a single. Get that scoreboard pressure just by knocking up the dots here, Waratah. It's been such a great final, hasn't it?
It's
Back
been
and
a
forth, ebbs
cracking
and flows.
final.
Here comes Faber. Full and straight. Out to cover, shy at the stumps.
And
Could be an overthrow here, they're going to take
no,
it. They're
Young
not
says
taking it.
no.
That's okay, Pettigrew
I
reads.
think that is wise by Young. I think that is a wise, although there was an overthrow on, I think that's a smart, unselfish move.
Pettigrew now has the strike, and he's the key to this innings. If Young can just do the role of Roxas, just rotate the strike. Pettigrew's eyes, he's seen him like a beach ball. Ooh.
Leg by.
Take him.
No, he doesn't get the 2. Poor throw, but
4 for 129.
I think that's only 3 runs this over though, isn't it? 4 balls. A single, and a leg by from memory.
Yeah, 3 from the over thus far. This is a great comeback here by Faber.
It is.
It's certainly the over they needed after the last over going for, what, 17? 15?
Young needs to go 2 or 4 only here, or naught.
Yeah, dot's probably not a bad result, but obviously got runs.
They take the single. It's a very, very good over from Faber.
4
finishes with 31 off 4. The score, ladies and gentlemen, is 130 for 4. So Wallsend need 23 off 18 balls to get home. 23 off 18.
So who's bowling the 18th over? This is very important.
Is it Cunningham? Looks like the left arm medium.
Looks like he's scratching his mark there. The hat's off.
I reckon your prediction's right on the money. It looks like... Well, Cunningham would actually bowl 20, remember?
Well, he could bowl 3, yeah. And
just do me a favour. Do you have the scorecard from earlier today? In this match, can you just go back to the other scorecard? Is that up on your My Cricket there? I just want to have a look at something.
In the first innings?
Yeah, first innings, please. How many? It was 152, wasn't it? And how many wides?
1.
Wow. Okay. Just curious. Young's got to get the strike to Pettigrew. Great to see this game going down to the death. And that missed a run out by a couple of inches, I'd suggest. And Young does his job.
Got off strike.
And got off strike.
Or more importantly, got Pettigrew on strike.
And Pettigrew was done for all money. He was yards out of his crease. So, Cunningham to Pettigrew. Game right in front of you right now. The 6 inches in front of your face, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy this next 15 minutes. Goes the Mo.
Well.
There should be a double here. It's to the long boundary. Oh, it's an easy 2.
An easy 2. Well
Young
ran.
was in and out of there like a jackrabbit.
4 for 133. 20 runs required. 16 balls remaining. This game can go either way. Pettigrew's just not going to lose his head.
Doesn't lose his head.
Smart cricket.
So 4 runs off the first 3 in this over. 4 for 134. We'll call the score after every ball now, Dan, if that's okay.
Certainly.
Jarvis.
19 runs, 15 balls.
Cunningham to Young. Gets the leg by, does his job.
135.
14 balls left. 18 off 14 is the equation.
Got 6 wickets in hand, they can afford to take risks.
A couple.
Pettigrew back on strike.
They would prefer to sacrifice a couple of runs and have Pettigrew there for the start of the 20th over. That's
correct.
That will be his thinking, I would think. That's a wide.
He's called it. 4 for 136, 17 off 14. Can't afford to give away those sundries, especially now where every ball is a scoring opportunity.
Just to run through the field with you on the leg side, he's going with 5 men on the leg side, short fine leg, mid wicket on the ring, and then deep cow, long on, and deep square leg for Pettigrew, who's shown a propensity to hit square the wicket.
Good shot there.
Takes the single. On 37, 16 off 13. Does Young take a single if it's on offer here, or does he stay?
Look, I think they'll show him they'll take it.
I reckon they will if he gets the chance.
Look,
it was almost a free hit.
Look, it's the right play, and although it's a wicket, they've still got plenty in the shed, and Pettigrew retains a strike for the next over, so it's not a bad.
Of all the times to have a hoy, that was it.
Yeah, if there's a time for someone to get out and not hurt you, that was it. 5 for 137, Wallsend, chasing 153 for victory. 16 runs, 2 overs, 16 off 12, 5 wickets in the shed. This Dennis Broad Cup T20 Grand Final between Wallsend and Waratah Mayfield is going down to the wire, just like we like to see in Grand Finals, Dave.
If Wallsend pull this off, that is 2 remarkable wins, to be honest with you. So Young bowled for 3.
Yeah, semi-final they were gone.
They were gone.
And then they had to sit around all day for another game to be played.
Indeed. Jacob Siddham's the medium pacer comes out.
So Simmons and Pettigrew.
To be honest with you,
the time.
I would have gone with a fast runner. I would have gone with a guy who can push ones, who can really motor and get Pettigrew the strike at all costs.
Okay, so I think we've predicted this right.
You've got that spot on. Well done, Mr. Saunders.
Bowling over 19. But Pettigrew. So 16 for victory. Pettigrew 16 for his 100.
Does he go after him early?
The script's written.
Is there no deep mid-wicket?
Don't think so, because deep square.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Keeps the strike. Correct decision by Pettigrew. Yes, there is. He's over at the telegraph pole. He's gone a lot straighter.
Yeah,
so the telegraph pole and then a long on. Okay. You can't see this, everybody, but there's a long on and a straightish mid-wicket and a square leg.
16 off 11.
Pettigrew's got to get contact.
Yeah, mid-wickets to go.
Did he get enough of that?
It's gone high.
No, he hasn't got enough. And he's taken the catch.
He had to go.
He had to go then.
Waratah Christians bought the wicket there, down on the deep mid-wicket boundary. The catch has been taken right in, as you said, under that light pole. So and what a fantastic innings. Pettigrew, superb. 84 from 56. 6 boundaries, 3 sixes, 62 minutes there at the crease.
And he's given him a chance.
Backbone of this Wallsend innings, and he's put them in an opportunity to win this grand final. Those couple of quick wickets and advantage Waratah Mayfield.
Yes. So they've lost 2 balls this over without any runs, and they've lost Pettigrew. That is a superb innings. I'm sure that's one of the best innings he's ever played.
Yeah, well batted. So Simmons, they would have crossed. So Simmons will have the strike.
He will.
Is Simmons a hitter of the ball?
Looking at his frame.
We would hope he's a strong young man.
And I reckon that's Zach Lennox with him. I'll just wait and see when it flicks over to him. Got some level of confidence that Zachary Lennox has gone out.
16 off 10.
Yeah, it is Zach Lennox, and neither batsman's faced a ball. So.
Well, I guess if you want to come in not having faced a ball, maybe facing an offie in his 4th over.
With the field back.
Yeah, I think he has to go 16 off 10. Okay, well, it should be.
Lennox has got the danger end.
It's coming back.
Okay, so that's a single and a run out. So Lennox is run out without facing a ball after a brilliant pick-up by the bowler. That is 1 run, Dan.
Yep, so that's 15 now required.
It's 138 for 7, isn't it?
Off 9. It will be, 7 for 138. So 15 off.
I think they had
9.
to do that. That was just an exceptional bit of fielding.
With wickets in hand, you had to take the 2nd run.
What'll really throw the spanner in the works is that Simmons can smote a boundary in one of these last couple of deliveries in this over.
Well, the game's going to go down to the last over, one way or the other.
Yep.
Which will be 7 for 138, I believe, when that updates on the live scoring.
One of the hardest things to do if you haven't done live scoring much is to actually score a run out with a single being scored.
Yes.
You've got to know what you're doing. It is 138. They've got it spot on.
They've given the run to Lennox.
Well, that's wrong.
Yeah, Simmons hit the ball.
Simmons is on strike now.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Ward's gone into bat with him. Can you confirm that? Is it Ward they've got not out at the other end?
Ward,
Yeah.
yes. I just
Simmons
need
has
to
got to
update.
go.
They've got to give Simmons that run, but that's semantics at present.
Take the leg by when it's given to you. 7 for 139.
So 14 off 8.
Advantage Waratah.
Off 8 with Ward on strike, left-hander.
Indeed. Must get something to ball. They can't afford a dot.
It's a leg
That's
side wide.
They're
He's called
wides.
it. Plus there's going to be 2 wides.
No, he won't get back. He won't get back. But that's 2 wides. That's a gift. That is a gift. 2 wides.
13 off 8.
140. And they did the right thing there. Ward was nowhere near coming back for a second. So you wonder if Simmons has a crack.
Oh, he has to.
I think so.
He has to.
And gets a single. 7 for 141. It's going to be a last over job, Dan.
12 off 7.
Ward's got to make contact again.
Been a great over.
Very good.
If they're the only runs. Oh, sorry, the 3 wides before.
Got to make contact.
Take the pace
Oh,
off
he
the
does.
ball.
Might be out.
Straight in his throat. Caught on the fence. The 8th wicket falls. Ward's hit that.
And you wouldn't believe it. They've crossed so that the new batsman will take strike. So
8 for 141.
They need 12 off the last over with 2 wickets in the shed.
It'll either be Cunningham or Hill will bowl the 20th and final over for Waratah Mayfield.
Dramatic turner in events.
Well, we said 150 would be par, and I think, hit that nail on the head. Okay. Jack Dundas took that catch out there on the mid-wicket boundary.
So who
And Radha
comes on to
Krishnan
bowl?
finishes with 2 for 23 off 4, so it's a job well done.
I think that's Jacob Hill, is it? Or is it Cunningham? I'm just seeing which side of the wicket he's going. No, it's Cunningham.
I think it's Cunningham.
So
They can ill afford any more wides. Certainly no balls. A free hit would put a cat among the pigeons at this stage of the game.
Right.
Wallsend require 12 runs. Waratah require 2 wickets, or to go for less than 10.
If I was Bradley, I'd be removing that helmet from the field. See who's got the helmet
5
behind
runs
him?
there, isn't there?
Yeah, I would take that chance out and run it down to inside the cones,
Let's put it on me head.
or wear it, which he's allowed to do.
Yeah.
Everybody has to be back on the ring to start this over.
And so Perrott is
Perrott,
the new
okay.
batsman, and he'll be on strike.
And he's a lefty by the look of it. The field will probably stay the same.
We've got 3 out here. If they've only got,
Short fine leg.
they can only have 2 out there. Okay, so
They're switching someone
coming
now.
across,
In comes,
yep.
yeah, they're come across. So he comes in on the ring. So one of his go-to areas, if he can play, is square on the offside, or third man is open. Third man is open. Let's see how he goes about it.
12 off 6.
Missed his run
Hit
up.
that well. There's 1. They've got to come
Simmons
back
might
for 2.
come here.
He's got to come. Nah, not fast.
I don't mind that call. I reckon Simmons has got a chance of whacking him. So
Yeah.
it's 8 for 142 with 5 balls left. There's 11 to get of 5 balls. So
Are we a chance of a super over day, Redden?
God help us all. I would like to get home one night.
I'm looking forward to having some lunch, let alone dinner. Oh, look, I'd love to see a super over. It'd top an amazing day.
Simmons only gets a single.
take the 1.
Beautifully bowled Cunningham.
8 for 1, 4-3, 10 required, 4 balls.
Boundaries
A boundary
now,
is needed.
Now. Simmons hasn't been able to hit the boundary, unfortunately, in his short stay. Perrott. Third man is open. Where are his other go-to spots? Third man directly, I know mid-wicket's covered. Third man and final leg, interesting, are both uncovered deep. Got to go.
Oh, great ball. They say
10
dot
off
balls
3.
are gold at this time of innings.
10 off 3. And you wouldn't believe it, that went outside leg stump, but because he'd stepped outside leg stump, it's not a wide. That was in the rules that we discussed.
Yeah, no, the irony, not lost. 10 off 3. Cunningham bowling a great over thus far. Oh, another great ball.
10 off 2.
Crowd getting a little bit restless on the Ashfield over there. The home crowd sensing a victory. 2 legal balls remaining. Still 10 required by Wallsend. Waratah on the box seat here. Cunningham bowling a peach of an over. He's gone for 2 runs off 4 balls. Can't afford to be loose here. Cunningham coming in. He's got
They
bat
should
on
really
it.
go for 2
They'll
here.
have to come back for 2, but they're not.
So that's 9 needed off 1 legal ball. It looks like they're going to fall short. And Josh, the dominant players in this game, Josh Pettigrew, who could possibly win man of the match for 3 for an 80 odd.
3 for an 84.
And Josh Brackenbury,
Brackenbury,
superb
90 odd not out.
90 odd not
Yeah.
out, I get it. Last ball of the game.
Crack that down the
And
ground.
Waratah Mayfield are the Dennis Broad Cub champions for season 21-22. What a great game of cricket that was. 145 they finish at. Superb performance. Great game of cricket, Dan Saunders. It was a superb game. Dave Absalom's been with us as well. That is a superb game of cricket to finish off the day.
Fantastic game of cricket. Waratah Mayfield, deserved winners of the Dennis Broad Cup for season 21-22. Wallsend, honourable in defeat. A great innings there by Pettigrew, 84 from 56 deliveries. But the backbone of the Waratah innings, Josh Brackenbury, after 64 from 42 in the semi-final, backed it up with 92 not out off 49 balls. Not sure if there's a player of the final, but I'd say he'd possibly be the favourite. The Pettigrew also took 3 for 17 off 4, so you know, if there was ever a case for joint men of the final.
Could be it. Dan, it's been a great day today. It's been really enjoyable. Some terrific cricket. Have you had a good day, mate? I haven't. Thank you for your
Absolute ball,
company.
Dave. It's always great calling the cricket on the Frog Box for the NDCA, and
It is. We want to thank them both. We want to both thank them very much for letting us do this job. It's a pleasure for
I
us.
hope the people at home or wherever have been watching the coverage have enjoyed it. I hope we haven't been too dull for you. But summarising, Waratah Mayfield, your Dennis Broad Cup premiers. 7 for 152, defeating Wallsend District Cricket Club by 7 runs. Going down to the wire. Great day had here at Waratah Oval.
Dan, thank you so much for your company today, mate.
Pleasure. Good to see the Wallsend boys out on the field to meet them halfway. And had all the trimmings of a grand final. It's great stuff. Good stuff.
That was a great game. Dan, thank you so much for your company. It's been a pleasure. You take care. Well, good luck next week with Qatar. Have a great day on Tuesday.
Will do.
Enjoy.
You too, David.
Thank you, mate.
You got a tip for our listeners?
No, I don't.
Tip is gamble responsibly.
Indeed. On behalf of Dan Saunders, this is David Redden. It's been our absolute privilege bringing the Dennis Broad Cup finals to you today. Although it's been a bit of truncated cricket, we've had a rare day, T5, T16 and T20 one day. There's been a lot happen, and our premiers are the Waratah Mayfield Cricket Club. On behalf of Dan Saunders, my name's David Redden. We bid you a very good night, and we look forward to catching up with you very soon on the NDCA YouTube and Facebook channel. Bye for now.